Okay, friends, give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me do the display capture thing. No, there's. Oh, I thought I had it set up, but I didn't. So let me fix that. Oh, window capture. No, not that one. Yes, that one. Just a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, excuse me, a little bit of boomer in this. Yeah, I had to do a different kind of group call because one of the participants is banned in my server, and so we're doing it this way. We're doing it live, Kings. We'll see how it goes. I'm not actually sure how tonight's going to go. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know whether this is going to be yeah, I don't know whether this is going to be productive or not. Uh we'll see. Look at this dude, wicked out. This is my guy, 𝕾𝖎𝖎𝖙. Nice to see you. Caleb, it's an aesthetic. Yeah, you like the intro screen we do, right? When more guests come, I'll adjust it more, I'm sure. I want to make sure it's centered with enough room for everyone. I just don't know how it's going to look when everyone starts joining the call, but we'll see how it goes. No, but it will be entertaining. We'll see. I hope it will be fun. Sulfur, nice to see you. Big Start. Hello, Unicorn Exhaust. Welcome, welcome. Jenny Burns. Well, Jenny Burns, Unicorn Exhaust, same person. But in my different chats. Yeah, as you may have noticed, we're not doing Twitch today, and that's for a very important reason, because, again, the accusations that have been leveled are not Twitch friendly, to be frank. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're just waiting on all the participants. The call's open. They can accept at any time. They can join the call at any time. I'm ready when they are. We will be having Gibbs and 𝕍𝖎𝖙 have leveled some accusations against Sevinth and 𝕾𝖍𝖎. Last week, if you caught the panel with Sevinth on it, we had a call-ins after, and Gibbs came on and dropped some bombs. I don't know the veracity of any of this information. Okay, I didn't at the time at all. Right? I didn't even know what he was talking about. I have since been made aware, at least the outlines of what it is. Right? I've seen some information, things like that. But I wanted to give a chance for Sevinth, who has been accused, right, to come on and defend herself. And 𝕾𝖍𝖎 can come on as well and back her up, because I don't want it to be a dog pile or anything like that. I want to give everyone the right to be heard and the right to have their say, if you will. Again, this isn't a court or anything. I'm just very curious about this, and I wanted to give opportunity for them to hash it out on my show. I think it might be entertaining. $5 from 𝕾𝖎𝖎𝖙 to say, good luck on your show, just waiting for the Destiny whatever debate to start. Oh, I hope that goes well. I know he's going through it right now. Yeah, I hope he's okay. That's all I gotta say for Destiny. Hope he's okay. I don't know, gang. Like,
One second. I'm gonna just finish getting stuff set.
Gibbs, are you here? You with us? You're ready?
I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, because I didn't have my push button. My chat could hear me, but I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'll be in here.
Yeah. 𝕍𝖎𝖙, nice to see you.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty great, Rick. You know, I'm having a really great day, and I don't even think you understand how great of a day it really is.
I guess we'll see. Some ground rules for you all, right? And I'll repeat this. I'll reiterate them when 𝕾𝖍𝖎and Sevinth arrive. The ground rules are as thus: there will be no doxing, right? I don't care if you want to give me evidence or whatever. That's fine. But if it has their names on it or addresses or anything like that, cannot have that, right? We will
issue
not,
with that,
cannot.
and I'm taking immediate umbrage with that. 𝕾𝖍 has referred to himself with his full name 4 years on the Twitch.tv platform, as well as other platforms. I think that his name should be totally fine to have out there. I understand Megan has gone by Megan and has not had her last name. I think that I can absolutely agree to.
Again,
yeah, Sevinth or like 𝕾𝖍.
I'm not here to like blast him for something he's done. Like I don't know what he's gone by before.
Yeah, you're not.
But if he asked me,
what do you mean?
And as he has asked me not to do it right now, okay, that's fine. So if it's common knowledge anyway, everyone will know anyway. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's just, I'm saying, like, as I've done redactions for evidence in pertains to this, I have not blocked out 𝕾𝖍's name because, again, it is simply the name he would go by. It would not be considered doxing. They will lie, and they will do those things to try to wiggle out of this shit. Okay? That's what I'm saying. You're giving them an opportunity to give them a wiggle room, and I am specifically stating that I don't want the wiggle room. I want actually an evidentiary-based fucking conversation about the heinous crimes that have been committed by 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 against human beings, against my friends, against people I know and care about, and the traumas that they have caused to victims and survivors of their own problem, of their own mayhem, if you will.
So what's going to happen tonight? And I understand that. I get you. Again, we are in a court of law here, though, right? We don't have evidentiary submissions such as that. And I do want to.
You're the judge.
And Judge 𝕾𝖍.
Yeah, literally, though, you actually are the judge because you don't know the situation, and that's what this is. Yeah. We are presenting evidence to you and your audience.
Regardless, part of being a judge and acting in that role is to make sure that everyone has their day in court, if we're going to go with this analogy. So what I won't allow, right, is for either side in this debate to run with the ball. And what I mean by that is we're going to hear them out, even if they're saying lies, right? Don't interrupt until they're done. And then you can tell. And I will provide the same rules. I'll provide the same rules for them.
Yeah, so
I take full and total umbrage with this simply because of the fact that I think every time a lie should be brought up by either side, we should be allowed to interrupt and present evidence if we do have it. This is, I believe, something that is going to heavily favor their side because they will rocket out 35 points, which none of them have any factual basis. And then the response to that, you're going to say, oh, well, you made your point on one of these, and they get 34 other like little hits in. I think that as
we
soon
can do
as
that during the open portion,
side,
but during the opening statement portion, that will not happen.
Yeah, the opening statements obviously are fine.
Well, let me ask you this: what about what kind of like evidence? As long as we don't have their name on it, how are we going to present that? Are we going to like pull it up on a thing and you're going to share it here with you?
We got to watch. Is there a watch? And I'm not.
There's
sure
a watch stream thing, but we can also just post images to the chat. 𝕾𝖍 can bring them up for chat. Just put it on top of us for a moment. You know, take a good look at it and everything. You can see that we're not doxing. We're just, yeah.
I guess we'll see. We are waiting on
see if they actually show up.
Sevinth and 𝕾𝖍.
Sevinth might not have gotten her daily beating, dude.
Look,
I keep her in line, man. What do you mean?
We're gonna wait till they're here so that they can actually deal with this, right? Because what I won't do is have you just spout shit without them actually being here to defend themselves. Is that okay? Cool? Good? That's what we'll do. Okay?
Striking from the record, 𝕾𝖍. We'll cut out the
Strike it from the record.
Strike it from the record, guys.
Poisoning the well.
𝕾𝖍 is not currently beating 𝕾𝖍. Strike it from the record.
To get to some of my chatters here, okay? INMT30, the barbecue fingering mystery. Yeah, kind of. This is what spawned it. Is that that back and forth that Gibbs and Sevinth had. Look, I wasn't sure like where to go with it at the time, but apparently there's a whole can of worms that this opens up. The barbecue fingering mystery is only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this situation. I had no idea, again, what I was getting into. But we are here now. I have been shown some things. I have heard some things on both sides, right, from both parties, and I am very curious to see how this goes. Once again, I don't know the truth of the matter. I just don't. I am not here to give you truth. What I am here, though, is to give you opportunity. Opportunity to have the discussion.
Shut the fuck up with this shit already. It's just gonna be content. Get the fuck used to it. All right, this is like the fucking 4th time I've fucking done this shit. It's gonna happen a 5th time, a 6th time, a 7th time. You know, honestly, it's gonna keep happening. And you know what? I'm here for it. I got better documentations now.
Tom, you're always late. Shut up, okay? Tom Fuller is in here. I can't believe she's late. I would never leave Wick waiting like this. Whatever. You were an hour and a half late yesterday. Can we talk about Tom's sins for a minute since we're waiting? Tom Foolery was like, yes. He approached me about the panel. I didn't invite him. He was like, hey, can I be on your panel for this topic? And I was like, why not? I haven't had Tom in a while. Let's have him on. So he DM'd me and said, hey, I want to be on next week's show. I slotted him in. I gave him that, again, precious slot. Many people wanted it, but I gave it to Tom. And how did he repay me? How did he repay the kindness I showed him by accepting his invitation?
A blood libel? Sorry.
Oh, this is almost worse. He disrespected my time. He disrespected my time. He didn't show up for an hour and a half of a 2-hour panel.
Mm-hmm.
I almost didn't let him on.
He's a moderator. He would have just moderated the conversation. I don't think you should be that mad about it.
Almost didn't let him on. Okay, Sevinth will be here in a minute. She's in the chat. She's saying 1 second. Give her a minute. Again, we're going to let Admiral Gibbs will levy the charge. Okay. Sevinth will respond in her statement. And then I'll give Rezz and then 𝕾𝖎.
Can we just do like opening statements?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I am giving you the order of opening statements right now. That is the order of opening statements. And then after that is done, you guys can just go. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
If I have a question, I will interrupt you. And if I don't understand what's going on, my audience likely doesn't understand what's going on. And so it would be helpful for my clarification if you would listen to me when I say shut up. Okay? And that's going to apply to them too. But
to be fair, I don't know why this is still going on. So like I'm in the same boat. But then again, that dog will hunt, baby.
Is there a chalk outline of the fingering? You know what? They'll present their evidence. I'm not sure, right? But Wick's trying to say we're dumb. I'm dumb too, Mantis. I'm dumb too. Look, I'm the dumbest. We have a blind leading the blind situation going on with me in chat, okay? You are dumb, but I am dumb as well. We are dumb in our own ways. Now, I will say this. Chatters are lesser, okay? They are lessers. I will die on that hill. But you know what? It's okay. I treat you like pets, okay? I think my dog's dumb. My dog's much dumber than me, but I love my dog anyway. You know, I pet her and I give her treats and things like that.
Are we going to do call-ins at the end of this? Can we do call-ins at the end of this?
Maybe.
If they're up for it, I think it would be fun.
Maybe. We'll see.
Clint also can't come on tonight, so like that's just as like a side note, right?
Well, again, I wasn't going to let it had to be even, right? I wasn't going to let like 5 people show up and only 2 of them, right? So 2 on 2.
It's not really fair.
2 on 2.
I mean,
it is telling that there's a million people that want to come and say something about this, and there's only 2.
Not
of them
really.
That
a lot. I don't put stock in numbers like that.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that you should.
If 1,000 people are wrong, 1,000 people are wrong. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
Please don't hit me with the newspaper again. Oh fucks, I will do what I want to you. Okay, you are my chatters. You are my pets. Okay, I will treat you nicely as long as you behave. But if you cease to behave, there will be no treats given to you. Okay. Okay.
I think it's better that I tell my chatters that I love them every day. Just to be honest, I think it's a little less parasocial.
If I actually loved my chatters, I would tell them that. Why would I lie to them though?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you don't have the fucking spirit of Jesus inside you.
you know what? It's okay.
I love human
Jesus
beings.
drove out the money lenders, okay,
Yeah.
from the temple.
rid
Jesus
his temple of
called
Pharisees.
Herod a slur. He said to go tell that
Base.
fox, right, which is a
Based.
slur at the time, right? Go tell
Based.
that fox. And I forget what he actually said to him. But Herod, King Herod, was one of the only men to never actually hear the voice of Jesus. Jesus never spoke a word to the man, even though he was in his presence several times in his life. In fact, Herod commanded him to come and uh, join a feast that he was hosting, and he would ask questions, mock Jesus. Jesus didn't say shit to that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would
Well,
talk shit behind his back, but I'm just saying that's
so
just
that's
how
like
that works.
that's a parallel to the oh fuck, what is it? In the Apocrypha, the fucking dragon story, right? Is like the idea of like
I
without
don't know the
will
Apocrypha.
without will the king of the Son of Man, King of Kings can make anything bow to his realm. Like that's kind of like what the parallel of that story
Maybe.
is. That's the one they left in because otherwise it had to put dragons in the Bible, and that like would really fuck up people in the Middle Ages, you know.
Definitely the dragons.
I don't know. Dragons would be cool. Dungeons and
Yeah,
Dragons
well,
is very
dragons.
successful. Okay,
The dragon
dragons are
concept.
a draw. Okay.
Well, yeah, but the dragon concept is like the idea of the Witcher, right? Where it's like they are sitting on their hoards of gold, and like very specifically, like when we look at depending on like if you're looking at like
Well,
the
that's only true for a European context. In the more Asian
well,
context,
yeah,
dragons are wisdom, and again, we're talking the Middle East, right, where this is being
yeah, but
discussed.
like
So
the
I'm
thing
not
is,
exactly
like
sure if dragons were in the Middle Eastern
they're still
sense what the
considered
culture
like
was around them. To be
they're
honest.
still considered like power beings that are like beyond like human capacity, even if you're looking at Eastern versus like Western dragons to begin with, right? And a lot of times they are there to represent in like literature, rich people, right? So that's like what it was.
Sure.
It was like the whole idea of, the supplanting of like that. But also, like, in like small ways, if you go into the Apocrypha stories, it's like a little bit less about even casting the rich out, which is, something gets removed. And, like
I'm
Nisha
sorry,
says,
Kings. I'm sorry, Kings. We're not like my chat's getting restless because we're not here to debate dragons. Get to the drama. I again, we're waiting on Seventh and we're waiting on Claw. Your new dad says we're all the same person. Yes, we are all the same person. Seventh, hello.
Yo.
Oh, Claw, hello. Are we gonna get both of you, or are you all on the
Yes,
same?
we're joining from the same
Okay,
computer, though.
sure. You got a camera?
Yeah. Hello. Sorry for being late. I didn't know how professional this was or how on time it needed to be. Gibbs is here, so it can't be that professional.
Save the
Yeah.
shots. Save the shots. So, I was telling them the kind of rules of the road here. What I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with. Just up front, there will be no doxing, right? I know you guys have beef. I know you guys have issues with each other, but I know that
Rezz,
huh?
I don't think either one of us even know either of their names.
Yeah. Well, either way, I'm just letting you know the
Most
same
people
things I
know
let
mine.
them know. Okay. There'll be no
But, like,
doxing.
the
Also,
thing is,
Rezzy,
Claw, you
let
know
me finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish my goddamn statement, Rezzy. Okay. Let me finish. Okay. I'm initially going to let Gibbs start. Then you and Seventh can answer, and then Rezzy will have an opening statement, and then I'll just let you guys go. And you guys can talk about it. If I interject, it's because I don't understand something, like something doesn't make sense to me, or I need clarification, etc. So please, I will ask, right, that you kind of humor me with this, because again, I don't know. I've seen the outlines, I guess, of what these accusations are, but I don't know the truth of it or the veracity of it. That's what we're here to talk about today. So once you guys get your camera on, we'll start this show and we'll get to it. Sound good?
Okay.
Did you have either of you have any questions for this?
I have one question. Claw has often stated his first and last name. I am wondering if I go ahead and say those, would you be considering that under your doxing thing? I'm asking Claw more than I'm asking Wick. If he prefers that I just call him Claw, I think that that is fair, and we just won't do it. How's
Sure.
that sound? Yeah.
That works for me.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I guess with that, Gibbs, you called in the other day. Well, first of all, is Sevinth already?
Yeah.
Is she set to go?
Yeah, she's trying to join as well from her phone, so
Yeah, I'll sit like in the camera here, and then like, yeah, I'll listen to the audio on the phone and just use the same mic.
yeah, she can be on
Professional,
cam.
you know.
but
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can,
I
I can
just
unblur the background.
yeah.
Utmost professionalism, you know.
It is what it is, right? Okay. So, and with that, I guess we will let Gibbs. You were the one who initially called in, and you had some accusations. So I'd like you to state your case for the record. I will let Seventh and Claw respond and give their arguments, and then Rezzy will pop in, and then we'll just open it up, and you guys can go at it. Sounds good? Sound good.
Sure. I'm just gonna
go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna give a brief
starting.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a brief opening statement. This is not gonna cover even half of what's gonna happen.
So we can hear.
Sure.
Wanna, like,
do whatever you want to do. Just interrupt him. Yeah. Just interrupt him starting his whole thing.
Yeah.
He had so much he wanted to say.
Okay. Well, first of all,
Would you like to start? I don't really care if I start.
And I want to hear you properly. So.
Okay, so she wants to give you your space. We're gonna rejoin apparently.
Okay.
Okay.
Gang, give us a minute. Technical
Can we
issues.
talk about dragons again?
This is one of those times. One of those days.
What is your favorite
Dude,
dragon?
speed redacting sucks.
Yeah. So I'm having an opening statement, but I hope this is not all that y'all think this is gonna be limited to, for the record. I wrote something briefly real quick, and then we'll let him go, and then Rezz can go, and then we can really get into the weeds, and it's gonna be a good time, I think. But yeah, who's y'all's favorite dragon?
I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan, American Dragon.
That's a good one.
Good choice. Good choice. I don't have
Dragon
favorites. I like all dragons equally.
I'm a big fan of Blue Eyes White.
What do you think of their cocks, Wick?
Dragons reproduce by magic. Okay. They don't have sexual
I
organs.
feel like there's a company that doesn't agree with you on this.
Yes, well, the bad dragons are bad.
Oh, your new dad, by the way. Good to see you in here. I'm glad you're here for the drama. You're gonna love this one. This is gonna be fun.
Well, once again, okay, here we are. Here we are. Beautiful, based, wonderful. We'll let them cam up and get their text sorted.
Yo.
Welcome back.
Okay, so now you can hear. It is. It's unblurred. You good?
Yeah.
Everyone,
okay, go ahead, Gibbs. Go ahead and say your
set?
piece. She can hear you loud and clear now.
Okay, Gibbs, you're up. Go.
Good evening. I would like to say in opening, these two individuals, Meg Seventh and Claw, are without a doubt some of the most horrible people I've ever had the displeasure of interacting with. These people have repeatedly showed their true colors, acting insane and evil over and over again. They have no problem using people than lying about them. They have hurt several of my extremely close friends on multiple levels, and I have a massive fucking issue with how they conduct themselves. They have been a blight on anyone that has ever interacted with them. These people are hardened criminals who have fled the state to avoid active warrants. Not only do these people not deserve to be streaming, they deserve to be spending their lives behind bars for all the heinous shit they have done. If they don't belong in jail, then they belong in the insane asylum. These people have done everything from shit on walls just out of sheer spite to come up with insane grooming conspiracies about streamers that this is all due to Claw being jealous of all the streamers that Seventh has fucked. Most of them will try to clout chase. In summary, Claw's a cuck. Seventh is a former OnlyFans fancy girl. I now find it ironic that these are the things they try to crusade against online. These people also have no integrity. Just this week, they posted a tweet of mine and Rezz's face on there and said they don't allow poor people to comment. The one word for this is hypocrisy. And that shit is hilarious, considering they squatted in the last two places they lived in for several months. Today is my most pleasure to be here today, so that I have bring these two, so I may see them for their heinous, bring these two into the spotlight, so the world may see them for heinous, insane, criminal degenerates that they really are.
Okay.
Your friends who have opening crim... Fuck, I need to mute you. How do I mute you on here?
Right click. No, just somewhere
This is
in
that
there.
professionalism they were
Yeah,
talking
let
about.
them. You had your
Okay, I
chance,
got it.
Gibbs. Let's give them their chance, then we'll
Yeah,
give
but
Rezz. Okay.
he's like bringing people into this where he's saying that we squatted at a place where like I paid rent to partially help a friend out with not losing their apartment that they ended up losing because they hadn't been paying rent on it. And he's claiming we squatted there. And the person that you're lying about while you're claiming we're criminals has open criminal charges. Like, which if you're going to talk about that, then bring them on here. That's crazy that you're gonna go here and lie about something.
Yeah, what do
the
you
other
have a
person
problem
can't even
with?
come on here and defend
I guess,
themselves
like-
because they have open criminal charges where they committed a crime against a cop, and then you're gonna call me a criminal? That's crazy, bro.
Back the blue, back the blue.
Fucking, what is my crime? Trespassing at my own apartment that I paid to live in, that I have receipts for, saying that I paid to live in it. You're gonna come here and lie about me paying to live in a fucking apartment? Nah, fuck you, bro. And then you're gonna lie and sit there and you're fucking, are you in a government paid house? Because your thing you want to trope about on the internet is that you're an orphan. Don't say you're an orphan if you're not actually an orphan. Bro, my family, the reason that we were in the situations we were in is because my family is like fucked up. And then you have to bring that shit into it. And that I have to
Can you guys
explain
move the mic
that
so
I
we can
don't
actually see
have-
your face? By the way. Thank you. Go ahead.
Fucked up. It's stupid. It's fucked up.
So
The only reason that I know you is because of the friend that you're bringing into this lying about the situation. And the other time, and our issue that it boils down to is that I said your friend acted weird at a party and acted in a way that I wouldn't conduct myself in, okay? And that I felt weird. The only other time that we've hung out was in downtown Austin when, yet again, you were hanging out with people that I didn't particularly get along with. So I think it breaks down to the fact that the friend that I met you through, we just don't hang out with the same kind of people. I don't know. It
Hey.
doesn't have to be this crazy thing where you write this twit longer and get like,
Okay.
what do you want?
𝕵𝖎, did
I
you have
don't get it.
anything? Did you have anything to add?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, again, I only met Gibbs the one time at his party where I was sexually harassed by one of his guests. It was pretty awkward, I'll be honest. I've never experienced quite that amount of weirdness from a single party before, but I did go to a lot of parties in Austin, Texas, where there was a lot of even weirder shit going on. But we can't talk about that kind of stuff. Despite this group, seemingly the Twitch poll community, at least specifically, loves going after pedophiles, but like nobody wants to jump on board any of the.
To a 14-year-old
We're on
and see
Kick.
how far I can take it.
We're on Kick right now. Like this is insane. Like
And
what?
these idiots just sit here.
What is this
You have a
website?
place to sit here and call me a criminal or something for a non-issue, while the issue
Okay.
shouldn't the issue
Okay.
be? Should somebody say to
Okay.
Zerko, what the fuck are you doing?
No, let him
bro?
run with it. I'm okay with this. I'm okay.
Like,
with
what
this.
the actual fuck are you doing?
Let him cook.
Yeah, I just want to make sure 𝕵𝖎 gets his
it's
say.
strange to me.
Take your time,
Hey,
honestly.
weird.
Again, it's strange to me that I've only met you one time, Gibbs. The only other thing I knew about you was that you also defended Megan against Clint. Like that was the thing, you called him onion smeller guy and stuff. And like that's all I ever knew of you was like some weird simp. And so I didn't know much about you. And then I learned a lot about you that night at the barbecue, at the whatever you want to call that. And so it's strange to me. But again, I'm just the chosen one meant to save humanity from like all disasters and floods like yourself. So I'm just here to stop people like you from existing. And so I don't know what else you want to talk to me about, but I'm going to continue to tell everybody that you're a fucking weirdo that like is just the most strange human being on the planet. And nothing's going to make me like stop doing that. Like, I'm just, because I'm going to have to just be honest. And unfortunately, the objective, honest truth is that you're just weird.
But kids, my problem with you is that you couldn't just agree that it was a weird vibe. That, like, it's a weird vibe for a barbecue, or just be, like, even apologetic to a point where you're sitting there after the fact arguing with the chick on your own stream about how she stole your cord and all this shit because you're arguing about this. And you can't just be like, maybe this person is acting a little bit off.
It's like 8 viewers. We were there. We were on your side. It was funny. You were like, Molly, stop yelling at me, Molly. We were like,
And then because you
damn.
want to have an issue with us at this point, because that's all that apparently the community that Rezz has fostered, congratulations, just sits there and likes to discuss what me and 𝕵𝖎 do.
What community is that? What would you call this
Why are you
community?
doing that?
What would you call this
What are you
community?
doing? Like, stop it. It's it's not that interesting. Like, what do you want to know?
Today's a bad day for everybody, guys. Mommy and daddy
is
broke up.
frustrating.
Mommy and daddy broke up, and now we have nothing to talk about, so we gotta go and dig into Megan Seventh's life. Like, it doesn't make sense, you know?
Okay.
When I just wanted to sit and play games and chill with people, and when the vibes were off, I thought it was okay to say that the vibes were a little off. I wasn't trying to be an asshole, but apparently that makes me a fucking asshole.
No, then she just has to. Then,
Okay.
then it just gives his whole life. His whole life is going to be to just because he doesn't know your name because you were close to him at a certain point. He can just Google you at any point in time and just harass you with information that like they've also been the reasons that were caused, right? Like most of the things that you're talking about are things like. Okay.
Criminals, but it's just that what he's saying where there's a person in that community that sits there and just like gets their jollies by harassing us, and it's weird. It's honestly weird at this point. I'm putting my foot down and saying it's weird. I said years ago that it was weird. Like it's weird.
And to be clear, the weirdness is the barbecue vibes.
No,
not
no.
just the barbecue, that like people like Rezz are sitting there continuing to want to harass us because they're being cheered on by Clint.
But I'll take my
And
opening
it's
statement
weird.
whenever. That's fine.
Oh, Rezz has his own opening statement.
Rezz
so he's
has-
not here.
I
He's
wanna
not
give-
here on
hold
behalf
on,
of
hold on.
Gibbs.
I want to give everyone here a chance to have their
It's
say,
up
so I
to
want to
me
make
to
sure that
talk
you
about
both
it.
are done with your opening say first.
Yeah.
And if you're done, we'll pass it to Rezz. Are we good?
Do you have anything else you want to say for your opening statement?
No, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I'm good, other than the fact that, again, this was booked as Admiral Gibbs versus Megan, and I was here mostly as her lawyer. But then again, it turns
I
out
mean,
that
yeah,
these-
I'm as here as Admiral Gibbs'
You're a
lawyer as
surprise
well.
witness.
Yeah, like,
Crazy.
well, this is the thing, is that it's not just a surprise witness.
Did you
anymore. These
agree
are
to
like
me being here earlier?
these are like psychotic.
Did
like,
you agree?
things.
Did you agree to me being here earlier?
It was a 2-on-2.
Yeah, but Rezz,
Like
at this
no,
point,
but like
it's
no.
just
So
like-
okay, so stop. You agreed. We have structured this. It is a structured system. You should be
Okay.
good with this, Claw.
But
We
you
can do
did
structures,
the
right?
day of the
I
We
do
can
like
do
structures.
So
I mean, you said one thing I will correct though. You said that he was a judge. He's not the judge. Okay, Judge Judy is the judge. He can be the moderator, but Judge Judy is going to be the final judge that we handle all this for, right?
I'll allow it. Okay, I'll allow
Okay,
it.
good, because we still got the receipts from the IP address. So keep going, Rezz. Continue what you were saying.
Rezz, you're up.
So, I am here to let everyone and anyone know about two individuals that at times I've cared very, very much for, that I do often worry. In fact, even this morning, as I was looking through things, because I knew this was happening, I wanted to kind of refresh myself, I saw pictures of them when I met them. I saw a vision of health, and I remember the hopefulness and the happiness that a lot of people had at that time. Something that immediately attracted me to interacting with other people online. I looked at that, and there was a deep sorrow that I felt. And I thought about a lot of what's going on here. And I believe, time and time again, there are several claims that have been made against Sevinth and Claw that are unsubstantiated. Some are substantiated. And yes, they are bad. I don't think that we need to go ahead and judge people on what they've done, so long as we can own up, create systems of accountability that allow for us to understand that we are not who we were. We aren't what we are gonna be unless we try to be whatever that is. I'm here simply to go ahead and come to grips with reality. I have been exacerbated with this. I've thought long and hard about this, about what I wanted to do if I were in this position. Since I heard somebody asked if I would come along with this. I reflected on this and simply stated, I worry very much for the both of you. I think that there are delusions that you feed into, and that you've allowed yourself to be fed into. Delusions that I've argued about, and I've asked you for proper responses, and I think and I hope that you will find me reasonable during this. I'm simply here to go ahead and ensure that no matter what we do, there is a reminder of the reality before us. We are humans, we're fucked up, but we're still fucking humans. I end my opening statement there.
God
What?
bless and amen.
Can I ask
brother.
what? So Rezzy, just to be clear, what you said? There's a lot of things that were substantiated, a lot of things that weren't.
Yes,
Can you
I
be
think that one
specific?
thing that I want to, yes, an unsubstantiated claim. The boxcar claim, though it is incredibly funny, like objectively, just dumb, kind of funny.
What is the box clutter claim? You're gonna have to explain it like I'm
get
5.
to it, Wick. The box cutter claim was that Sevinth had attacked 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙𝖘𝖍𝖔𝖜 with a box cutter. This was evidenced in a comment on a YouTube video, I believe.
No,
and
it
then
was on
there
the
was
original LSF thread. Which
was it on the
let's
LS?
bring it
Okay,
up.
whatever. That's
Let's
I
not
thought it
bring
was
it
a
up.
YouTube video.
Let's
That's
not
fine.
bring it up.
This
So
is me.
what happened and who made the comment, Rezz? No, who made the comment, Rezz? Oh no, Rezz, who made the comment? Was it Clint's roommate at the time who was corroborating his story, painting me as an abuser?
Allow me to
So he could commit crimes in their crime house.
Oh,
Fucking
Wick just eats his
criminals,
cup noodle.
actual criminals.
Guys, this is where you donate to
Hey.
Wick because it's the content, right?
Hey.
At least this is fun, right? Anyways,
Oh,
yeah, it was
man.
Austin, or not? No, Razor.
It was Austin.
Razor.
You were right about
Razor.
that.
No, Austin was a different one.
Fucking
right?
Mitch
Like
Jones
that one, I actually
moderator,
don't even
bro.
disagree with you on that.
Perpetual
So anyways,
Mitch Jones
that was
moderator
literally
syndrome.
that was quite literally never substantiated. It has been mostly retracted. However, it is still kind of
Mitch
substantiated.
Jones
And there was an
moderator.
assault.
Okay.
There was an
enough.
assault. There
Enough.
was an assault. That
Enough.
was dismissed without prejudice, which is something I will also substantiate.
So just to be clear,
doesn't mean that Megan couldn't be charged with in the
Just
future.
to be clear,
but it is unlikely because Clint
the
did
claim
choose
is-
not to pursue further with it. I am giving you the
Are you
full
kidding?
story and
He
evidence.
was pursuing it.
Stop.
He went
Both
on
of you.
LSF and lied about
both
it.
of you,
So it's a
just
problem,
I
and the
again,
police found
if
that
I'm
I
not
was
following
not
the thread-
guilty because he's a liar, and he got scratched
If-
in the face because he was choking me out.
Did
Holy
Clint pay
shit!
your-
Hold
didn't-
on. If I'm
didn't
not
Clint pay your
understanding
bail
what's going
after
on,
this for
my
a
audience
separate
doesn't
thing?
understand. So let me ask some questions to get some fucking clarity here, please.
Go ahead.
Right? So
Okay.
to Rezzy,
What's
so
taking here?
in this live stream fail thread,
Mhm.
is this where this
Fucking
originated? The
poggers ass
story
bitches.
that there was a comment. Who made the comment?
Yes, a Mitch Jones moderator made the comment because he was living with Clint at the time and he got his friends to corroborate his story, okay, so that he could sit there on the internet and pander to idiots on the internet to continue to scam people because he's a piece of shit bitch.
This
And all he does
person
is
has
lie. All he does
this
is
person-
lie. All he
this-
does is lie. That's how he
this-
came onto the internet, was lying about his other ex before me. That's literally how he came into the space on Just Chatting,
Okay,
is
can we
telling a
stick- can
funny
we stick to the
story
one thing
about
real
how
quick?
she attacked him with
I
a
just
barbecue
need to.
poker.
We need to get back to
It's
this.
not funny.
Let's get to the one thing. Let's not go to the other
Barbecue poker
7
thing was
conspiracies.
funny. That was
That's
the only
fine.
thing
We'll
that
go
was
back
funny.
to the barbecue thing. We'll talk about fingering in a second.
No, I meant the barbecue
You get
poker
to get
thing.
hot over some fat dude
Came
telling
onto
you
the
how
internet,
sex
onto
works.
the Raj show.
Okay,
matter.
it'll be a
It's
thing.
your brand
It'll be
new
just another
platform that
fat
we're
dude
standing up
telling you
for.
how a girl gets fucked.
Okay, we're
Right?
going to like 20 different threads. I want to stick on the one
Yeah.
for now. Okay.
'Cause he
Box
doesn't
cutter
even
comment
know what he's
was
defending here. He has a
unsubstantiated.
script from Clint.
Is this
So anyways,
is this a claim that the
person
box cutter
that
comment
made
was
this comment
unsubstantiated?
has
Correct?
largely
Yes.
removed themselves
Okay.
from the internet, and that's why. Don't think we should mention who they are, but I think Mitch Jones moderator. I'm okay with that. I think that's fair.
Okay,
This
there we
person's
go.
removed himself from the internet. I believe that it would be fair to not mention his actual name.
Yes.
I will say that we can't say that.
Son moderator.
Yeah.
I'm being
Yeah,
the lawyer.
We can't because
I'm a better lawyer.
I have new
I'm
intel. You guys don't realize
like,
I've
you
been
lady,
gathering
and
intel
now
on the
I can
inside,
sue.
okay, motherfucker? I got intel on the fucking inside with this shit. I met people, okay? I know things. You cannot hide the truth from me for very much longer, okay? All I'm saying is that I have such a hot girlfriend, guys. Holy shit. I have
Dude,
such
he
a
is
hot
kinda
girlfriend. I don't know why we're talking to Admiral Gibbs. This would be so much cooler without him. Don't you think, Rezz? All vote, keep or kick.
No, we got to go to Admiral
Okay, we're not
Gibbs for
doing
this.
that.
I haven't heard his stories,
Well,
and they
Rezzy,
That's
you
funny.
made a claim.
Funny.
Hold on,
Okay.
stop,
I don't think I have a problem
stop.
with
Please, I'm
Gibbs.
begging of you. I'm begging you to stop for a
just said
moment.
the vibe
Just so
was
I can
wrong.
Begging of
have
you.
some structure to
Begging
this.
of you.
I'm begging, like from the bottom of my heart. So Rezzy, you gave me one specific of an unsubstantiated claim. We
Yes.
went through that. I don't know what it matters to the overall point, but here we are.
It was something that I know matters to Meg. And
Fair
I
enough.
have said over and over again for a long period of time that I don't substantiate that claim.
Okay.
Right? And
Beautiful.
I think that it's fair to acknowledge that because we did make a joke about it. It was kind of funny. I still think it's a little bit funny objectively. If you remove yourself from the situation,
I want
box
to.
cutter
I want to
meme is
go.
funny.
Not.
If you remove yourself from it, it's kind of funny, dude.
Okay, $2. $2
But
from
you're sitting
Cryborn.
next to a person right now, but you're seeing right. One of the things that we're justifying this with, Rezz, is that you have a person on here right now that's kind of being used as a weapon against Megan for absolutely no reason other than the fact that you wanted to like torment him to bring him on here and get him to argue with him after literally sitting there and giving a speech about how you want to try to do a peace offering, correct? That sounded like a peace offering type of quotation that you were reading off of. Now, I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but I'm under the assumption that you could have came out with another fireball of an accusation, but you didn't even help him bring an accusation. He just did that himself, and now you've just made her actually angry again because now she has to be defensive.
Is this not exactly what you want? You enjoy.
No, first off, I'm just here because
understand that.
I was invited here by Wick and Megan. Okay, I would not spend my time hanging out with Admiral Gibbs on a fucking Thursday night.
I understand that, but again, you miss the pugilism. It's understood.
Okay, well, I want to go to actual accusations and not baseless ones. Okay, so Gibbs,
cool.
I want to turn to you for a moment. Okay,
sure.
Gibbs, you said you had something you can substantiate, and you made some claims, right?
Yeah.
Give us your biggest problem that you have with Megan.
Oh yeah, so I mean, first, she talks about her friend Mel, who you've met actually. You've met Mel, Wick at TwitchCon, right? So
I probably did. I'm just
You
saying
did
that I was
do it,
on
yeah.
drugs. So
Well, no, all right. It was in my okay. Well, this either there or there. The point is though that this is the same person we're talking about. The idea that
just real quick, $2 from Cryborn to say, where can I donate to get Rezz a shirt with arms? Sorry, I'll read your super chats. Don't worry. But go on, continue.
So yeah, the idea. So she sat here and talked about how we have a mutual friend, right? Let me just give y'all an idea of how she treats her mutual friends. All right, I'm gonna read some text that she sent Mel. All right, and this is to someone that's her friend. Thanks for the apartment. You're such a loser. How's the felony? Cop kicker. Go get a boyfriend or you buddies Clinton Chai and Gibbs your crew. Y'all are ugly for real. Go to federal prison with Clint. Loser. You were ugly for real. Can't believe my boyfriend and I helped out such a gross, ugly person who don't want to help themselves. Bye. This is somebody that she just claimed last stream. She just streamed. I have the photos.
There's
I have
no
the
hypocriticalness in that.
So
No
so this person has sat here and claimed last stream this is her friend Mel and that was over here that she helped out. Here's the true story. Here's the true story.
It was somebody I was friends with at the
So
time.
here's
But that
the true
person
story
was
about
sitting
her.
there like you
A
are
little-
doing.
a
Like
modicum-
no,
a
but that's what
modicum
Alex
of
pointed
professionalism.
out. That you sit
Modicum-
there
modicum
and
of
because you have nobody else to hang out, you hang out with fucking
Meg
Clint,
was
who you called
I believe
onions. You
Meg
called
was not
onions in the
A
past.
little bit of
as per
authority.
the rules.
May
Hold
I
on.
finish my
Like, and you're sitting there and you're
presentation
attacking me, just like Mel is, because you guys are hanging out with somebody that you called onions in the past, and you're just
I mean,
lying just to be
I
assholes.
don't know why.
Just
why you
like
think I'm
Mel
hanging out
sat
with-
there.
Due to the rules of the debate.
Huh?
What happened?
The rules of the
Yes.
debate. We're only calling him Claw, and she just uses them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. She
Yeah.
did y'all. So she just
No one would have. What?
Oh.
This is a
Yeah.
procedural.
Yeah. So
what?
Okay,
here's-
whatever.
Back to,
Carry
back
on.
to what I was saying before I was rudely
I know.
interrupted in an unprofessional manner. But it's just ironic that this is somebody they call their friend, and then it turns right around, and this is after another one of my closest friends, Jackie, let them stay there, and they shit on the walls, destroyed it, and they
What?
so bad that they had to have the whole house condemned.
When you say shit on the walls,
No.
just real
I
quick,
mean,
when you
bring
say shit on the
Jackie,
walls, do you
bring
mean
Jackie,
literally
bring
shit?
Jackie or Mel.
they
Literally, bring
literally
Jackie.
tested
Now you're
themselves.
just lying.
They literally
Now
tested
you're
the
just
walls,
lying.
and it
I
was
could
human
call the
shit on
person
the
whose
walls,
house
and
it
they
is, the
condemned
person
the
whose
house.
house.
And the house was torn down.
The house was in.
This is the
You're
thing that
so
happened.
stupid.
And-
You're
and
so
Jackie-
actual
Jackie's been a
stupid.
friend of
Oh
mine
my
for
god.
11
So
plus,
bring
12 plus
Jackie
years.
here. Bring
But
Jackie
then-
here because the house was
You've
going
been
to
doing
be
my friend
Hold on,
condemned.
hold on. You're both
Oh my
talking
God,
over each
so
other.
you're just
No one
lying.
can
You're
understand.
crazy.
Hold on, stop.
We
Stop
never
for a moment.
stated
Stop for a
that.
moment.
Oh, that
So the
house just
accusation,
texted me,
the
like,
accusation
last
is,
week.
the
That did
accusation
not
is
happen.
Well, it
that
gets better. It gets much better.
Before
was
we
it
move on,
Meg
I've
and
heard-
Claw who shit on the walls, or just one of them, or
It was somebody that after
Nobody
Jackie had moved out,
shit
Meg
on
and them
the
were there,
wall.
and there was human feces in the house, and it was so bad that they had to condemn the house and tear it down.
No,
Okay.
the real story is
Please.
when I lived at a house with my friend he's referring to, Jackie, who I could bring her here, the house that we were living at, we were only renting. Shut the fuck up, you literal idiot. So the house that we were renting, we were only renting it for a couple of months because our friend, I can bring him on if you want, our friend Vinny, I can bring him here if you would like. He just texted
Is he the one
me
that shit on the
week.
walls, or?
I don't. Nobody shit on the walls.
Okay.
He's just saying something. That's my point with people like Gibbs.
Sure.
They say something just to say something and insert themselves in drama or have a story.
So
to
you're
tell.
saying the house
It's
was
him and
not
his friend
condemned?
Onion. The house was condemned, but it's because he was making it into condos. That was the plan that he had. That's why we were only staying
And this is
there
that Vinny
for a
guy?
certain amount of
Bring him on.
months.
Bring him
Yes.
on for if he's willing. Bring him on to corroborate.
Sure. Okay, I can bring him
Jackie
on.
on
So
too. But again, still
but
nothing
Jackie
you
on. That's a good
Gibbs,
idea.
the
Don't bring
fact that
don't
Gibbs
bring me
sits
into
here
this
and
class.
lies
Also,
about things like
Also,
this just
Megan did not
proves the
stay
original
there
point.
at the end. She was not involved at the end because that's the whole reason. If you do the timeline of how things worked, she moved in with me. So that place was condemned and destroyed, and condos were built there. So, and it's all owned by the same guy still. So you can tell that he bought the property, let Megan live there, and then built new property there, all owned by him because he just bought the
And
lot.
now you just like blatantly lied.
But
Right.
So it just made.
Sure.
That's why I'm like, I don't want to sit here and continue
So
to just
convenient
like.
that it was condemned
this
right
is
after.
just-
But
no,
sure.
'cause I mean,
I-
again, it was condemned. It was condemned
that's why
as well
you're saying
because
you
there's
have to
another
bring
guy that was
weird
there
people.
that broke
Like-
on camera, broke a giant stripper
That's why
pole that
your
was in the
vibes
living
are
room,
off,
right?
Bro, that's why your vibes are off.
Wasn't that the
Right.
truth?
You're just a liar.
And didn't like a
Now
lot
the
of like
story's changing again. So now
crack
it's
dealers
it's a
live
law.
there
Hold on.
and shit?
Hold on.
Oh,
Gibbs.
crack dealers are living there. Huh,
Gibbs.
now. Oh, wow.
Gibbs.
I mean,
Gibbs. Gibbs.
again, I
Gibbs.
did
Gibbs.
this
Gibbs.
from what I
Gibbs. Gibbs.
heard.
Anyway,
Gibbs.
anyway,
Gibbs.
I would
Stop.
like
Gibbs.
to continue.
Can you confirm this?
I
Is
wanna
there? Do you have
pause.
evidence about the shit on the walls that you can present?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should definitely call Jackie if she wants to call Jackie.
Okay,
I feel
yeah.
like that's a great
I'm
idea.
cool with that.
Okay.
She hates you.
I have questions for both parties here.
She can be like, Gibbs is literally the biggest liar on the planet. He's a piece of shit. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about. If you want to bring her on, Gibbs, both of you, get
Anyway.
her on the phone. I mean, again,
I
or
have
Vinny,
questions
either
for
one of
both
them.
of you
He still
before
owns
we
the
move.
house.
I would like to finish.
Before we
Okay,
move on,
finish.
I have questions for both.
So, then they move into.
Can I
oh,
do like questions
Sure.
for both of you real quick?
sure.
First off, Megan, is Vinny Italian?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Gibbs, was the shit
would be
smeared
more
on the
helpful
walls,
if he
or was
was.
it like
I don't have the
shit
details.
on the
I
walls,
just
like
have the
a
information that
diarrhea
Jackie-
shotgun?
Basically, Jack, from what I understand, what Jackie said, who I've known like 12 plus years. She's a very close friend of mine. I've known her for years.
I've never heard this poop shitting story ever in my
Anyway,
life.
long story short, the house
It
was
seems
so
like you
contaminated with
manifested a
shit and
reality
holes
between the
and
Amber Heard
whatnot,
thing.
and like
Something
drugs
that
and
you
all sorts of wild things.
fabricated at a
If they had to
party while
consume
you
the
were
house-
fucked up. It
Right.
seems more likely that it's
This-
like a
this
situation where you
specialism.
were fucked up and fabricating a story at a party to seem interesting.
I mean,
That
it's
seems more
convenient that it was
likely.
immediately condemned right after you moved out, but I mean, if
I'm
you already
explaining to you
wasn't-
why
and
because
then-
it was
and then
it
you're
was
already within
hey,
your own.
read-
already-
hey, smart
Condemned is a
person,
process.
smart person. It's in process of being condemned
So-
because I'm explaining to you.
It-
That's why it makes sense that
Right.
the person was already condemned to
Again,
the property.
So what's
I ask
interesting
one
about
more
this is-
time: was it placed on the walls, or did it land
I
on the
don't have that
walls?
information,
Was
but
it-
there
was
the-
it,
there
God
was
damn it,
contamination.
So,
Yeah, I apologize.
or
But here's-
evidence.
Okay,
here's-
enough.
Another
But
person.
here's-
No,
but
we
hold on.
cannot
Not
defend
even
it.
Not even first
I'm
hand.
making a
Gibbs,
ruling.
you would
I'm
know.
banging my
I
gavel.
would-
Bang
I
my
would like
gavel.
to
Bang
just
my
finish what I
gavel.
was saying.
Okay, bang my gavel to say it looks
see how
like we
stupid
cannot
this
confirm
is?
or deny the shit
Sure.
situation. So we're gonna move on.
Sure.
Okay, we're
Moving
gonna
on, perfect.
strike that from the
Okay.
the shit is
So
no.
that's zero,
we can't,
0 points.
We can't have a we have no evidence for that. So
Sure, that's
until
fine. I mean,
someone
we
until
do have
someone
evidence
brings a
for
witness for the
yeah.
shit walls, we cannot admit that into evidence. What
I
else
mean,
you got,
I-
Gibbs? What else you got?
I would like to point out before moving on that within the span of just now, there was 3 different versions of why this house was condemned out of their mouths. First, it was somebody. First, I said my thing, and then all of a sudden, it turned into there were crack
That
dealers
was-
there. Then it was someone broke a strip pole. So just within their own statement here,
No,
they've
those
already
are just
changed their
things
story
that
3
happened
times.
in
But I'm like,
thrills.
moving on,
Those are
moving
things-
on.
No, but you're just
Moving
lying
on,
about
moving
what
on,
happened
moving
at
on,
the
moving on.
house.
We're moving on now. Yeah,
You're-
It
we're
was
moving on now.
definitely a party
Moving
house
on.
towards the end of it. I'm just saying
Right.
both
Sure.
sides,
Yeah,
both
But the
sides of it
reason-
used it as a party house.
Moving
We're
on.
agreeing
Okay.
that it was condemned.
Okay.
Moving on.
Reason
But-
being that it was
Right.
planned
Fair
to
enough.
be condemned because the person
Moving on.
bought the property to make it into condos.
I will
Why are
say,
you
I will
saying
say, I will
brought
say
the-
this. I will
bought the
make another
property to make
ruling.
it into
I make
Right
another
here,
ruling.
baby.
Gibbs,
Moving on.
you can't confirm this. fair enough. I don't know if it was a lie or
So
whatever, but you can't
weird.
confirm
I tell you
this.
what I can confirm
What
is
a
that they did
weird
move in.
thing.
They did move in with Mel after that, and Mel offered to let them come in there and pay a portion of the rent for 1 month. That was the only money she ever got there. And then they proceeded after
And how much
Mel moved.
was that?
That was $500, right? And so yeah, it was 1 month. That was like a third or
1,500.
half.
And I have the
Yeah.
receipts.
Okay, well,
1,500.
sure.
1,500.
Either way, it doesn't
So
matter.
how
You
long?
stayed there
How
1
long would
month.
you allow me
You
to? In
back
the middle
stayed
of
there one-
bumfuck
you stayed there
nowhere.
1 month.
In the
You
middle of
stayed there-
bumfuck
You stayed
nowhere.
there 1 month, and then you didn't
Pause,
get paid.
yes.
So you
Hold on,
eventually
okay.
got
Let Gibbs
kicked out
Gibbs
in a-
finish, and then you can
So
respond.
eventually, so after they paid this, they proceeded not to pay rent there, and then just squatted to the
No,
Mel. So
she
Mel
moved
eventually had to
out.
move out. Until Mel eventually had to move out. Their names weren't even
No,
on the
but
list.
Mel moved
Their
out
names weren't
before
even on the
the
lease.
Let him
rent
say
Their
what-
payment
let him
names
was
weren't
due.
on the lease. Then afterwards, after Mel moves out, they continue to live there, and they keep living there until eventually someone calls in a welfare check on them due to them screaming and hearing sounds of beating and people being concerned. And so a welfare check was called, which they were both subsequently arrested for
Yeah.
criminal trespass.
Okay. Before
And
we
assault.
let them respond, again, if we can get $50 in super chats or Kick sub dono things, right? I don't know if they have bits on Kick. If we can get $50, right? Rezzy will put on his lawyer jacket. Okay, just letting you know.
Oh, $50 for the
$50,
lawyer jacket.
and then we can
Mhm.
monetize whatever this is. With that said, the accusation is that you were squatting. How do you respond?
Sure. So there's a lot of allegations being thrown out, obviously. So we're letting him kind of ramble just so he can like get all these shots out for whatever
I don't know,
purpose.
ramble.
But that's the part that like sucks about this is that you just ramble about lies and slander because none of the things that you just said again, none of them are substantiated even at a first-hand experience clause, right? The only first-hand experience you ever have with either me or Megan was like at a barbecue party one time, and then your own parasocial relationship with us for everything else that we've ever encountered, right? So you are manifesting this whole fake reality based on what? The rantings of Mel. So you're taking her word, but she's not even here to say it right now to us, right? Like she would never probably say all of this on stream to us. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe if she wanted to come on and say something, she could. So she can like have this out with us or whatever live again on the WhickTV another time when we both have that ability. But like this is between you and Megan, right?
Say whatever the
But again, nothing you
like you
yeah.
just
So you're just doing
displayed.
that.
You just displayed and
Like,
then
I can
you think it's
explain those
funny.
situations still.
You
But
get
they're not the way that you
delusional.
were
That's
saying.
what the delusion is, where you're saying people smear shit on walls, blah blah blah. You're the box cutter thing all over again, and then I'm just like, well, you're fucking stupid. Nothing you say matters.
At a certain point, when you just make up shit and you become like a pathological liar, like I know what it's like to be a pathological liar. I used to do
You are a
that for
pathological
fun.
liar. That's
On
why
Twitch TV. Yeah, when I was an entertainer on Twitch.tv, you were a fan, right? I made everybody, and I'm their daddy, right? I'm Twitch's daddy, you motherfucker. So don't come to me like this fucking shit. I made you,
you're a nobody. You're a nobody. You
I
have
made
no
you,
money. You have
motherfucker.
no
I
money.
can
You're
spawn back
broke as
whenever the
fuck.
fuck I
You're
want.
fat as
You
fuck.
have
You
no
live
idea the
you're
fucking
total
metrics
scrub.
that you are dealing with at
Bro,
this
you
fucking
do
point, bro.
nothing.
I'm
You
black
do
and white,
nothing.
bro.
The only
Do not
thing
make
you
me
do
turn
is
the
nothing.
fucking colors back on, you son of a
Bro,
bitch
turn
fucking
the
loser. I'm
colors
literally
back
always
on.
going to be better than you. You are
Bro,
going to
the only
literally
thing
be
you're
a
better
fucking
at is
piece of
licking the
shit.
from under
Dude,
cheese
I
and putting
don't
it
want to
back.
start
That's what
talking
you
about how
do.
disgusting your fucking house is and how
Bro,
you
you-
literally are
Bro,
being mind
have you
controlled
seen
by
your
cats
house?
right now.
You
You
drink
are
like
literally
4
being mind controlled by
Kool-Aid in a
cats right
span
now.
of 5
Toxic
days.
osmosis
That's
has taken
diabetes,
control
Can
of
we
your
bro.
discuss
fucking life,
the
my
mind
guy.
control?
You need to take some more
If I may,
shrooms,
if I may, can we discuss the mind control by cats thing that Claw has just said?
I don't know what the
curious.
fuck that meant.
That's in the Atlantic, baby.
Can you
That's in the
explain
Atlantic,
it?
baby.
Could you-
Toxoplasmosis. 50% of people
Mhm.
in
What
America.
what
50%
evidence?
of people in America that take toxoplasmosis tests, at the very least, are seen to be mind controlled and have different personality traits after
Can
being.
you
introduced to
elaborate
cat
on
food.
that? Can you elaborate what you mean by mind
Yeah,
control?
basically, it's this article
Can
in
you
the
substantiate
Atlantic.
this? Can you post
Dude,
this?
I can source it. That's my source.
If I
I'm not
believe-
like
if
trying
I
to make it
if
up.
I
Or it's like
recall
on a dream.
correctly-
I just read an article on the Atlantic, and now it's in my brain.
If
and
I
I can't
rec-
unknow
Hold on,
it,
stop, Rezzy,
right?
stop,
If I
stop,
recall
stop,
correctly
Rezzy,
from the
Rezzy,
study that
can
the
you stop for a
Atlantic was
minute? Because
referring
I'm
to,
really curious about this mind control thing.
I actually can explain it because I know what the article is.
So
I
are
wanna know
you
what Claw
are
has
you
there.
also on the mind control
Because again,
thing?
why do you know the
I've
article?
known what this is. So what it
Because
is
of why?
that
Why do you know what this is?
toxoplasmosis
Because this
does
is all I
cause
talk about, and you're
people
all just fans
to
of me.
become cat
Stop! You're all just
people.
fans of me. Stop! This
It's
is all
literally
I do.
cat
I
people.
collect
And
fans
the
like
thing is,
fucking
Claw
like a moth, like a flame
is
attracts a
often-
moth.
so
That's
he
what
goes
these people are to
from
me. They are
the,
fucking
black
moths,
and
and I am
white
their flame,
to the
motherfucker.
cat,
I will turn you
and
into
then he
dust
says
of the
the N-word,
Sahara.
And then
I'm
he's
so close
the
to
fucking
dropping a
looking for
slur.
the
Can we drop slurs on
toxoplasmosis.
fucking kick.tv yet?
Yeah,
Whatever
you
the
can
fuck
do
this
slurs.
thing
Oh,
is.
Yeah,
wait,
you're fine.
hold on. I'm also
What
on
do you
YouTube.
need?
Right.
I'm also on YouTube.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Yeah,
please,
do it.
I'd rather you not.
Yeah, you can. Even on YouTube, you can.
I'm rather you not.
Why?
I heard YouTube is anti-Semitic because they banned Mr. Girl. Truth or dare?
I don't think that makes them anti-Semitic, but I don't think they should be banning people either for what Mr. Girl. Anyway, different.
You
That's
think
a
they
different
should
topic.
unban me?
That's a different
What about
topic.
me and give me
And
a
we're
Destiny
talking
back on
about
Twitch,
mind
and that's all I give a
controlling.
fuck about.
We're talking about mind controlling cats.
That's why
Yeah.
they won't let me back on Twitch. I won't stop talking about mind control cats.
Okay.
I think it's the N word, though. Actually.
Yeah,
think
but I
that's
said that
probably
shit in
it.
context. I'll stand by it. I don't have a
I mean,
problem with that. You
can
want to know that? You
stand
want to
by
debate?
it, but, like,
Debate me on that
you've done
shit.
it. But here's the thing, though, is you've got
I've done
banned.
it twice, and I've never said it once out of context in any party ever in the
Did you
entire
get
history of
banned
the world.
for it both
Like, isn't that
times, though?
insane?
Just walk around like Pokemon.
No, stop. But
Partners
didn't
on
you get
Twitch.
banned
And
both
I'd like
times
to
you
tell
said
you,
it?
I don't think that
No.
was appropriate
No?
use of
When was
that
the
word.
first time you got banned for it? Then you got
No, I
posted.
never got banned for it the first
You
time.
got banned for revenge porn because you showed the
But
blurred
I did
out
not get
vision of
banned for
Meg.
revenge porn.
Okay,
No,
can
that
you
was
can you
actually
tell
an
us why?
accident.
Hold
no,
on.
you got
The
banned for
I have
accusation-
evidence that that was an accident.
Hold on.
I have
Stop.
evidence. I have-
Stop.
With
That was
All of you
well
stop.
known.
All of you
It
stop.
was
Gang,
revenge
you're just
porn.
talking
You said
shit.
it
No one
was
can hear
revenge
what
porn,
anyone's
and it
saying.
was of
Rezzy is
Sevinth
saying.
blurred out
Rezzy
naked.
is saying that you were
This is
banned.
truth.
Sorry, hold on. Rezzy is saying that you were banned for revenge porn. Can you explain yourself, sir?
Yeah, I was not. I have evidence stating that that was apparently my account was hacked or something, and it said I have an email from Twitch saying our apologies. You had an account activity that seemingly matched up with the account activity of someone that was recently hacked, which didn't make sense to me. But I did have a weird issue where my account got unbanned and then banned again in the middle of the
Yeah,
summer
so they
of
could
2020.
update your partner agreement because you were still making
Yeah,
money.
no,
on
it was
subs
so
and
they could
shit.
do my payout to my rated bank account, my final payout,
Yeah.
which was a lot of money. They were collecting money from my subscribers, like certain people that
Okay,
were tiered.
Yeah.
So
up
you
to me,
were
whatever.
hacked.
Anyway, yeah. So
Yeah,
I got
that's
all
your
that
defense.
situated, but I was originally banned for having a manic episode going live and apparently releasing publicly or private.
You're echoing.
Essentially, yeah. Well, your thing is not muted.
Oh fuck, sorry, hang on.
That's fine. But just to be clear, you're claiming is that you were hacked and it wasn't you who posted this.
No, I'm not. That's what Twitch claimed. I did not ever claim that. I'm saying I
So
have
I do
evidence.
recall
I'm being
stream.
honest with you and telling you that I do have evidence stating that
Okay.
Twitch even called it a mistake, my original ban,
Sure.
that I was banned for
Yeah.
2 years for, by the way. And all I
Are
did
you
during that
asking
ban.
if he's always been a Sevinth fan?
No,
Question. Yeah.
that's not. I was part of the reason I went on a lot of rants that night. But the thing
So
that got me
I
to the
think-
front page of
I think that
Reddit
one
was that
thing
I
that would
called
be-
out Austin's show for
so I'm
using
actually going
Snapchat to groom
immediately
children
step- I'm
onto
gonna
his
step in
community,
here.
and then he did that live with Dream and Tommy in it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that
So,
crazy?
That is
I'm gonna
crazy.
come. I'm gonna
And
come in here in a
I think I was
moment.
used. Yes, Rezz,
Please.
thank you for bringing that up because I think I was used by Austin's show. Just
Excellent.
like you
So
used this.
here's
in a
what
way.
we're going to, if
Well-
I would like to do, because my claims are being challenged. My claims, I have found evidence of something. Please tell me I fucking got this to actually show up. Why is I fucking hate fucking copying from Obsidian?
Hey, I just posted information regarding them getting evicted.
I
from spawning
posted
in-
the original twit longer that Claw made
Oh,
that
no.
night that he is currently referring to. I found this. I've had this. And I would like to actually go through these because I don't think that these are things that actually have been gone through.
So, first of all, I wanna
with any
confirm-
amount of sincerity,
I want to confirm.
and I think
Claw
Shit, where
there's
you
didn't
a
going
write
lot
this.
of value
What
in
Hold on.
going through this.
Hold on. Let me confirm. I want to go through this step-by-step process. So, Claw, is this twit longer something that you wrote? The one he posted in the group chat.
Yes. On
Okay.
August 21st, 2020. We're going all the way back to the fucking olden days, baby.
Okay, so what about this twit longer do you want to draw our attention to, Rezzy?
I think that several of the claims that Claw makes within this twit longer are things that he goes ahead and repeats and restates over and over again. That are often
I'll be
false.
posting this in the chat too for people to
Along-
follow along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
along with that, to be clear, in this twit longer, there is a lot of animosity that is directed toward Meg as well. I want to say that this is something that should be examined. It never has been examined because Claw has been banned, and nobody really on that like area of Twitch would
original
ever go
Footlonger.
on YouTube or anything like that to begin with back then. So it's never been discussed.
Isn't this what Destiny read to Zerka as a
No.
bedtime story?
No,
No, that was a
this
different
is not.
Footlonger.
This is a
Or a
very,
different
very old
statement.
one. This is the one that Austin looked at, had some comments about, and I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, I think at that time, I think you being banned for as long as you was there. But these are
I wasn't
claims
banned
that
when I
you've
made this Twitlonger. I was banned after this. If we're
You were
getting the timeline
banned
right.
after this, but it was never something that somebody actually ever discussed with you in the first place. So I think that there's a lot of value in going through a lot of what is said in here. I believe that what your tactic is, Claw, is that you find one kernel of truth, and then around that you build a web of lies and half-truths. And that becomes an actual problem, because I think what we end up doing when we do a lot of this shit is we feed your delusions. And I want to show you what I've been trying to say to you for years. And this time I hope that you will be willing to listen.
Okay.
So, I think that in this Twitlonger, we name out many people. Clint1717, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙,
That guy
Sam
sucks.
Explains, Just Danish,
Sucks.
Oxus, and then you have like some positive notes on, 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 and Jelly Peanut.
You got
for
nothing
what's
else going
there.
on, Wick. This is like you're like, oh, I love this Thursday. This is cool for
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Look,
So,
As long as you're happy, it's your stream. You know what?
I don't
trust
know
you.
what's going on.
Okay.
But you
So,
guys wanted to have
Clint1717
this conversation, and so
No, it's okay.
here we are.
Yeah.
So-
There we go.
the main claims that are made, Clint1717, my best friend, I helped him raise $25,000 during the staging stream on January 1st, and we proceeded to do really amazing things on just chatting. He visited Austin and we had a blast. Everything was amazing. He went back to Indiana to get things ready to permanently move here and met Sevinth, and it ruined everything. He regularly had issues with Seventh's dog and Seventh herself, which caused him his own mental health
Brought
to
up the
spiral.
dog problem.
Clint was dealing with serious personal issues, and Seventh was berating him with accusations of cheating instead of giving him space. He slowly destroyed each and every personal relationship he had with everyone around him, except for the people who would party with him. When he ran out of money from partying too hard, he decided to enlist Oxus, the raging alcoholic, to rig the last two Survivor shows secretly. I don't believe Barry or Wet Shrimp knew about the rigging. He just needed money to flee Austin and go back to
Okay, so what's the
Indiana.
accusation here precisely?
This is the accusations that Claw goes ahead and makes against Meg
Yes.
back then. And so
And
this
against
is
Meg
often
in-
He
Against
wanted
Meg in
my
the-
side of it. He wanted to know what the fuck was actually going on.
If you actually
Case
look
in
up to
point,
Mhm.
Clint is a psychopath, and
if
he
you
knew
look up-
that, and that's why he probably brought up the thing with the dog back then, because it never added up. My dog just doesn't bite people. We can bring her here right now. Since we brought the dog up, why
Let's
was
bring
the
the
dog
dog.
biting?
I
Why was the dog
actually want
biting?
the
Bring the dog.
dog. I
Why
want to
was
see
she
the dog.
you
biting?
can bring the dog,
All
but this
right.
is
I wanna see the
something that
doggy.
seems like
Because
a
Clint's
large
psychopath
change.
who beats
of
up women
frame.
and dogs. Oh.
I believe that Claw, as Clint's best friend, had often spent quite a bit of time around Seventh and the rest of them. So I think that Claw would have firsthand knowledge. This idea that Claw was being fed information by Clint that drove him to some sort of psychosis. All right, to go ahead and make
First
these
of all,
false allegations against
Official
Seventh.
note for the record: that dog is totes adorable.
It is a very cute dog. 𝕾𝖎𝖙
Carry
is
on.
fantastic. I will
On the
absolutely
record.
give that to everybody. But I believe that this is the reality, is that Claw is obfuscating here because he did see these things. He runs from these things because he does know that there are issues with a lot of people involved in this. We have a lot of problems. This is the obfuscation, a kernel of truth with a bunch of fucking weird, draw the lines out as far as you can. That is the first one that I want to get into. The second one is the 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 section. Manipulates people by faking mental illness to get attention when things aren't going her way.
Do you fake
She
mental?
absolutely-
Let me know. Do you fake mental illness to get attention, Meg?
No.
Okay.
No,
I
she's
am,
actually mentally ill. I believe
Yeah,
that.
no, and again,
We
part
all
of
agree
this,
about that.
part of
Yeah.
this process is you're reading something from
But
2020
here's the
where a lot of my
problem,
problem
is it doesn't
was
make
that I
me a
was
bad
not
person.
informed on
I'm
a
not-
lot
I
of
mean,
this.
you
like,
were also
fucked up.
addicted
There are other
to
statements. There are other
Adderall
statements that I was
and
making.
stimulants
Okay, first
at
off,
the
I wasn't
time,
addicted to
right?
Adderall. I ended up
Firechild-
getting prescribed that.
Firechild, the person who fingered themselves allegedly is not here today. So
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't talk about Molly. Wonder why. Where is she, Gibbs? Is she buried in your backyard? Is that, am I
He
allowed
would,
to say that as a
Gibbs,
joke?
if I had to be real here, Gibbs, my client, would likely eat what he killed.
And on top of that, I think
That
it's
actually
ironic.
makes sense.
Hold
The
on.
barbecue makes sense now.
You know what's really
Yeah.
funny though is that Claw's gonna sit here and try to make a joke like that about me when all I ever did for Molly was like give her a place to stay, provided for her, make sure she was safe, like try to help her get
Sure.
clean. However, you have multiple audio recordings and other witnesses showing you beating her ass behind you, like beating her to a pulp, and you're gonna sit here and try to make a joke about me killing somebody, bro. You're
videos?
abusive as fuck,
Wait,
bro. How are you gonna
do
come
you
in here and
say-
take
are you
red
saying that you have a
I didn't say you
recording?
abused
Oh, we
her.
got a
I said
recording. Oh, we
You
got a
have a
recording.
killed and
recording
murdered her.
of this?
Oh yeah, we got a recording. Rezz,
What
do you want
he
to put a
has,
recording up?
wait, so I'm
Is it
trying
your
to
recording?
explain because wait,
recording of her
what he
beating her
has,
ass?
No, is it
Hold
your
on.
is it your recording? Did you
is
record
an
this?
Hold on.
illegally obtained case of what I'd call revenge porn at this point is what it's probably
Oh.
classified as. Because I asked the person recording it, who was a girl,
We learned that shit
that
from
was trying to
Dream.
flirt with him at the time.
We
and
learned
he
that
was
shit
like,
from
"Hey,
Dream, baby.
hey, I think it's kind of weird how you're acting," and I had asked her to hang up that call, which she refused to do, and then went on to like record me and Claw. I don't even know at this point. And then they edit it.
But
they
again,
make,
it's
like,
another
mixtapes of
it's another
it,
thing
which
that's
she
like a
illegally
story
recorded in the
that you
state
are
of
only bringing
Maryland,
up right
where
now.
you
That's
can't
not
record something
your
without
recording.
I mean, you just made up some fake idea that I was a
Delaware.
cannibal that buried people
Please
in my
present the
backyard.
evidence. If you
Yeah,
have
because
this,
that's
present
a
Yeah.
it.
joke. That's the problem. Is that
Can
you
we
can't
listen
have
to
people
the
like you
evidence?
around because it's funny when I say that you
That's
are
all you
eating
can
people at a
do.
barbecue.
Can
I mean,
we
what's funny is nothing's
Right.
listen
funny.
to the evidence?
Yeah.
There's nothing
listen
funny
to the-
about that.
Let's listen to the evidence. I want to see the evidence.
Give me a moment. I will.
I
No,
don't
we're gonna
particularly
again. This is
want
neither
to
one of these two
listen
people were even
to
involved in
an
this. This is the
Yeah.
problem. Is like Megan
It's-
didn't
How about,
release
how about
this.
how about the text from?
Consenting
I
to
have,
it.
Even the other person didn't
I
release
am
it.
excuse me.
Being recorded in the
Excuse
first
me.
place, and it's been edited as I've explained. The person
Excuse
who
me.
recorded it did so as
And
like
I'll be
sort of a
honest,
weird.
if we're gonna listen to
Excuse
any
me.
version of
whatever
it,
his
Rezz
classification
has so much. It's so public at this point, Wick, that you can listen to it on your own time because they've remixed it in songs. Okay,
Yes,
that's how bad
that
it
was
is. It's not
earthly
bad.
because-
It's just
That
it's
was
a fucking
earthly
meme at this point.
Which is
That
your
was
favorite
earthly
remix?
because he had an autistic.
I don't
mind.
have any favorite remixes,
It was
and if I did
the
have a favorite remix,
dude,
it would probably
okay,
be
the Bastard
an
remix
Earthly
is
one.
so good. The Bastard
or maybe
remix
like a
is so
Trip Tank
good.
TV one or something.
No,
I
the
don't know.
Bastard remix was earthly. He had like an emotional reaction and freaked out.
Oh,
about
so
that
people
one.
are taking my music and doing remixes too.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, that was like a whole thing. But
Oh,
anyways,
got it.
yeah,
I've
will
not been
find
paying
you.
attention to
Okay.
most of this.
To-
side of
Do
it.
you want
To
the
be clear- to be
remix
clear,
version,
this-
or do you want the
hold on.
original?
This is disputed. The claim is that this audio that you're about to hear is edited. So, my jurors in the audience, please keep that in mind.
I can give you either
Just
the
give us
original
pick
or,
one. Pick one, dude.
or I can give you. I'm asking the other side, which
Okay.
they would prefer.
I don't consent.
Megan's
Do you want the
still not
remix?
consenting.
I don't consent to
Again,
this,
you
just
can.
like
It's up
I
to you.
didn't
It's up to
consent
you,
weird
Rez. I'm not
Okay.
getting in the middle of this. I have no
Again,
problem.
when we get back to
You
the
know
Okay.
me.
of
You know me. I do not give a
Okay.
fuck.
Weird
Okay.
vibes.
Zirka
Hold on.
is hitting
Hold
on
on, hold on,
14-year-olds.
hold
I
on.
don't care anymore.
Hold on.
This is her.
Home and having somebody record me to fucking record me and then use it in their weird friend circle for it's weird. I don't like
Is
it.
this
It's weird
just
vibes.
just for my clarity? Just for my clarity, is this recording like you getting assaulted? Because if you're not okay with someone playing your assault,
That's
then
what
I
they're
understand.
claiming. Yes, that's what they're claiming.
But she does
I've
not.
never
It
claimed
was,
Right, this man, right
there
here,
is
this
no victim. There is no
Mhm.
victim. You're just using this to try and
Mhm.
cause a fight between us and to have
Mhm.
something to say yourself.
No, I mean,
There's
you just
so,
accused
like,
me of
what
being
is
a
the
cannibal that
point?
buried
What
somebody
is
in the
the
backyard,
point? What
which
is
I
the
find
point? Do
ironic
you want
whenever
us
you're
to
sitting
fight?
next to
Do
your
you want?
abuser.
Because I'm yelling right now. I'm yelling right now. So, like, what's the point? What gets to a point where you're like, a person is an abuser for yelling, blah, blah, blah,
I
whatever.
mean, the whole point
When
is
you're
to
sitting here
substantiate
and you just
claims.
try and cause fights, you try to cause problems, just like the idiot who recorded the call, who I was like, hey, can you stop being an idiot? Stop recording us. Stop messaging weird things to my boyfriend. Like, you're being weird. That's what I was saying.
I've never messaged your man anything, so
And
I have
I will
public.
say-
If I may,
I'm
if
saying
I may,
that's
I
where the
have.
recording came from.
I have published interview with the person who made the recording and their side of the story that if people want a reference to, I can dig that out of a VOD pretty quickly.
I don't even want to get into this.
I think that if you are going to
Okay,
start,
so-
if
so
you're
I'm
going to, if we are going
when
to
I'm
start
recording
referencing people
against my own
and
opinion,
slandering
talking
people
is
who are not
weird.
in this call,
Then they
We
can
should
join.
either we should
Then they
they
can
should.
join.
But if
Because
they
I'm
have already
explaining that I
made
didn't consent
statements,
to any of this.
if they've already made statements, then
Where are
I
the-
think
where
that
are the
those should be
statements?
There is
admissible.
no victim
Where
when
are
you
the
force
Those should be
somebody. There
admissible.
is no victim when you force somebody to be a victim. That makes you the
I don't
perpetrator.
understand
The
what-
girl who was recording the call, the person who is using
instigator.
a
She was
motive, the
instigating.
instigator. That makes
She's
them
also
the
edited
perpetrator.
out of the entire recording, and that recording is cherry picked, and all sorts of variables like that
There
that
are
were
no
all
fucking
kind of
victims
funny.
out there. They're just using
But again,
it
this is
to
like the problem is
self-gain.
no, this is
So,
the problem
here's
is that things like that are just used as blackmail against us,
Hold
and
on,
at a certain
hold
point,
on.
you just can't be held
So here's what the
blackmail
problem
liable
is.
anymore. So you just say,
Made an
"I just don't give a fuck."
unsubstantiated
And then
claim
when you
about
say you don't
me,
give a fuck,
and then
then
whenever
that's when you
I
make a trend on
have
the front page
evidence
of
to
Reddit,
present.
right? Because that's where I've been multiple times now for this exact same shit.
I just want to say, so what's
Sitting right
interesting to
here.
me is
While
y'all
you're sitting
just
right
made it.
here, he tried to lighten the situation because you're being a fucking idiot and you're being an asshole
care.
and you're lying about things at this point because that seems to just
Oh.
be your motive, that you're being
Right.
a weirdo. And so he
I
tried
mean-
to even joke with you.
So
and
I
then
was
you're
lying
like,
about
take,
this.
You take the
this
joke.
quality
You
app.
take
Oh,
the
okay.
joke because you can't take a joke at this point because it's obvious you just want to be a piece of shit and actually lie
So,
about stuff.
Seventh-
Just sit there and be
Seventh,
a
to be
piece
clear,
of shit.
Meg, to be clear, you were saying that he is lying about this assault, that this assault didn't take place?
I don't care about no assault took place.
Okay.
Also, nobody shit
Well, then,
on the wall.
there should be no problem
What else does Gibbs want to sit here and try to say? Where he's just like sitting here being a mouthpiece
I mean,
for
I
somebody
think
else.
it's pretty interesting that I I have other evidence I can.
Man, I'm
provide.
just winning. What do you have? What do you have
I mean, here's
firsthand
what's really cool.
experience with?
I love that. I love that every time I try to talk, I'm getting interrupted.
Go for
by,
it.
I guess
I'm just
the way
asking
it's
what you firsthand have experience with, right? Because you're
I
putting
mean,
a lot of words in other people's mouths.
I mean, we
Like,
could
that's
go.
the
We
part-
could get.
that's the problem
We will get to plenty of that. Don't worry. But what's interesting to me is you just
Okay.
made an unsubstantiated claim about me, and then I made a claim about you, which we have substantive evidence of, and Rezz is willing to play.
What is the
And now-
unsubstantiated claim that they made?
They just made a unsubstantiated claim saying that Molly's probably buried in my backyard just a few minutes ago. Did they not? And I said that's ironic coming from someone we have recording of being abusive and hitting his girlfriend.
That's why it's so funny.
There's no victim, but you can't get Molly on the stream. Like, get Molly on the stream.
That's
The
why
point
it's so
is
funny.
There's no victim in any of this supposed audio recording that has been edited and put out by a person who had ulterior motive to putting it out. That I don't. There's no.
Well, the
victim
recording
to
does
this.
exist. See?
There's no victim to this. There's no victim to this. It's
So whose recording is it? The instigator's recording? Would you take that if you saw someone like in a club and or let's use Kyle Rittenhouse as an example. If you saw someone shoot a pedophile, but the pedophile was trying to attack them, would you say it's like in self-defense, or do you think that the Kyle Rittenhouse should have gone to jail? Where do you stand on the Second Amendment, Mr. Gibbs? I want to lock you into some truths. I want to lock you into some truths before I continue talking to you. You know.
I thought we were going to present some evidence, but now we're sitting here afraid to present the evidence.
I mean, again, I'm willing to go with the laws of the Constitution. Do you want to go against the freedom of a woman and go against her consent? Because I don't want to do that publicly on Kick.tv. Do you? I'm just saying I have no problem with you posting and doing whatever the fuck you want to do, but the woman that's involved, right? She doesn't want it being posted about her.
Why wouldn't she not want it? She wouldn't want to be posted about her because it happened, and she's dating her abuser still. That's what it is, and it's ironic
Okay.
if you're going to make jokes about me being.
So you're trying to now make the allegation. This is an unsubstantiated allegation where you're trying to say that the only reason that she doesn't want that being played is because she's still dating her abuser. Are you still dating your abuser?
No.
100%.
No.
And I think I've said from the beginning that
So then,
I'm an
why
abuser,
don't we
that's
just let
not
the
abused,
audience
that
sit
I'm
and
not
hear
a
what they
victim, that I don't want to be a victim, that I don't want to play your edited, out of context recording because all your friends have done is try to frame it like that.
Now,
so I
to
don't
be
want
clear, to be
It's
fair,
so
if I may,
stupid.
if
So
I
just
may,
stop.
I have not heard this recording. I want to be clear, Meg. It's hard for him, and to be fair to Gibbs here, it is hard for him to substantiate it when you won't let him present the evidence that he says substantiates it. Does that make sense?
And Rezz put a lot of work.
It's not
in
a
that.
recording of him.
Well,
There's
regardless.
nobody else in the recording besides me and Claw, apparently, where he's sitting here. Where is there a complaining party? I'm telling you that I don't want to listen to what somebody else has phrased into a narrative to try and frame my boyfriend as
Most
an
of the problems that
abuser.
we've had to
This
face
is
over the
so
past couple
stupid.
months as well are kind of like, if you really wanted to get into like all of these things, right? Like there's a lot of issues that he was talking about that we didn't jump into any of those. We just kind of skipped over all of these other allegations that Admiral Gibbs has said. So it's like, at what point are we going to start to talk about how all of these issues are all stemming from the exact same fundamental flaws that 𝕍𝖎 was talking about that we all have in these issues, right? Like, I just didn't happen to. I mean, look, all you have to do, Gibbs, is just get me in contact with Elon Musk. Okay, I know Lex Friedman's a big fan of this show. He can get me in contact with Elon Musk. Put a Neuralink in my brain, and then I have all of the recordings.
Me Lex isn't watching.
I have all of the
one,
recordings.
Who knows?
Yes,
I have all of the recordings. I have all of the recordings up here that we can just go through, and we can start funneling all of my memories through, and we can figure out. I don't care getting hooked up to the goddamn Matrix hive mind. If you really want me to fucking vax the fuck up, bro, I'll do it. But I'm just telling you that you're not going to like the results. Okay, because I've seen what your house looks like, and it's infinitely, looking at your house is infinitely worse than listening to that audio for sure. So if you want to get like a tour of your house, then I'll go ahead and say that I have no problem with the audio being showed at all, right? Because then we get to see how you disgustingly live, and then we can see how I disgustingly live, because that's what you want to do, right?
I actually
Rezzy, go ahead.
Have a question for Meg. Meg, when you're talking about this victimless crime thing, because crime doesn't necessarily have to have a victim in this country, I believe that you're referring to the law of compacts, which is about the Confederacy, right?
What?
That is actually one of the founding parts of the Confederacy. I wonder.
The age of consent? First off, I'm her lawyer. I'm the one who said that, not her.
I understand these things. I'm asking if what she's saying.
Are you asking about if I'm a Confederate? I don't even know what that means.
I'm saying some of us in this call say the N-word with the hard R, and some of us don't. And I would like to present a possibility.
Is that the evidence?
They may be part of the Confederacy. I was wondering if the law of compacts is a part of how you view the world.
I don't understand what part of Twitch poll we went into.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I honestly, I don't, like, that's not what...
Do you think I'm a
Well, what is the accusation, Rezzy, to be clear?
My question is...
Explain to me what the law of compartments is.
My question is, I want to understand,
what the law of compartments
do Megan and Claw believe in the United States or not?
What?
I ask you this question.
Okay,
do I believe in the United States?
Do you?
Yes, I believe in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
What about you,
Did I get the answer right? Did I get the answer right?
I don't particularly believe the states are... I don't know if this helps you at all, but I don't particularly believe the states are completely united anymore because of the overturn of Roe v. Wade.
Fair enough.
Okay.
But you believe that the United States exists, okay?
Because I think every state kind of like makes their own laws right now until maybe the next election or something. That's about as far as I go into, because I understand things on like a base level. I don't know what the law of compartments is that you're talking about.
Do you think the states should separate?
No, I think that they are kind of separate right now. That each state is kind of like making its own laws in a way.
Do you think that the United States is going to dissolve?
God, no.
What are you linking me, Gibbs, by the way?
No, I'm linking photos from Mel, who was their roommate, and all sorts of stuff that they.
Did you get consent from Mel to post this? Where's the consent that we need a woman's approval? Look, I could have easily made Mr. Girl destroy Destiny if we could have gone against the consent, but we never went against the consent for the whole Destiny report. So you shouldn't go against the fucking consent of the women involved. And then you don't have any consent from Mel to be sharing these fucking things. You have no consent from Jackie to be sharing these things. Women don't like you. Women don't talk to you. You're disgusting. Shut the fuck up. Pooey.
It's funny.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. You're a weirdo. You're a weirdo and women don't talk to you. I'm surrounded by women. What's the problem here? I don't know. You're disgusting. You're more disgusting than me. You got to deal with that. That's your problem with God because you don't believe in a God, probably because you want to fucking be a dumb whatever the fuck. I don't care.
This is fear.
I don't care. I just don't care.
Evidence from Mel, and now he doesn't want to talk about that. He says, "Oh, we don't get consent." I already got consent from Mel. Mel told me.
I'll talk about the things you've already even mentioned that are already wrong. We can already go through a laundry list of things that you've already said are all wrong, and so you can keep talking and making more allegations that are wrong. At what point are you just going to be like, "Oh, everything he says is wrong"? That's not going to be a good person to be around. I'm telling you. And if I talk long enough, I can make anything right or wrong. So in the end, it's like fucking either I'm God or truth is relative. recorded, baby. In either case, booyah. God damn, motherfucker.
Can we speed run since you can just do the N-word now? Because that's like where we're going. You literally
no, I'm
said
definitely not gonna say
that.
the
You
N-word.
said that. No, you said that exact line during the cherry interview.
No, what's really funny to me
And
is
then, like,
every time I present evidence,
Oh, no, that was actually she said
No, you said that exact line. You're not even writing new lines now. No,
she said the same. Like she said no, and I'll say go watch the fucking clip, Rezz. Don't tell me I'm wrong about this, you dummy. Dude, this is why you all look stupid in a podcast against me. Because you all are so stupid. You don't realize I remember everything. I have a fucking locked-in memory.
That's cool. Let me tell you.
No, you're wrong. She specifically said you at times. I'm Cherry. You at times will say things like this.
$10.
She said it. I said it.
Neither of you will. None of you will interrupt my money. None of you will interrupt my money, which is more important than everything going on right now. Any of you, you won't interrupt my money. $10 from albino white guy to say this. I listened to the recording, and I understand why Claw is afraid to play it on air. He clearly abused that girl. There's even arrest records. Are there arrest records?
Yes.
Claw?
Yeah.
There are 0 arrest records for anything involving that audio clip at all that are substantiated and or not dismissed and or not thrown out of court or whatever the fuck. But yes, I was harassed over that.
Here is the kernel of truth.
And they put me to jail for 2 months for that shit. That's all true.
The kernel of truth is Claw got arrested for another time. That clip he didn't get arrested for.
Okay, and so what was that time? What was happening that day?
What, the one you got arrested?
That I actually got both times that I got arrested.
Oh, yeah,
I got arrested twice. Twice in my life I got arrested for the exact same.
This really weird guy came on and said that, your girlfriend sucked my fucking cock. That's what happened that time.
No wonder no one likes you, Rezz, because your fucking Clint impression is horrible, bro. They are dying. Your own fans are dying for me to come back. Holy shit. Oh my god, that's what you're all dealing with.
What? I couldn't understand that. So,
what you were doing an impression of her ex.
Rezz, you have, sorry,
This is where it's bad.
and Wick at this point. Wait, you have to understand how it's weird that the same guy.
Can you move your mic again? It's weird just saying. I'm hearing
the same guy.
That doesn't help because it blocks your face.
He needs you for the thumbnail, Seventh.
Wick, after they finish their crazy rant,
needs you for the thumbnail.
May I make some make it uninterrupted?
You may, but let's get through this. I want to clear this up. Seventh, go ahead.
Who is getting him doxxed and stuff on the kicker keep?
Wait, who is doxing him, and do you have evidence that they doxed him?
Clint. Yes.
Okay, we don't have evidence of doxing.
You don't have evidence.
Dude, the whole
I have evidence.
Gets arrested.
Wait, if you stop talking, I can handle this whole thing real quick, just to get the objective parts of it out of the way. Then she can say whatever she wants to say. I was on Kicker Keep, and somebody called the cops and tried to say that I was a piece of shit. I obviously they sent the recording or whatever the fuck they had to do to convince them that something was going on. I got arrested that night or that day, so I went to jail for the night. I got out the next day on bond. 2 months later, as I'm still waiting for trial for everything, her ex-boyfriend calls the cops with the recording again to issue a warrant as if I had broken my bond violation agreement or whatever the fuck, protective order, which I didn't. And I made sure to not break any protective order. That was then dismissed and thrown out, and I was let out of jail. And so, that was the problem, is that this case has been used against me already, and third time.
By whom?
Gibbs' text messages prove that also
her ex-boyfriend.
My ex-boyfriend Clint's friend Mel was sitting there talking to people like Gibbs and possibly my ex-boyfriend and being like, I'll get them trespassed from this apartment.
Do you have a link
really
to that DM?
Hold on.
You saying that you have that DM? Can you present that DM?
Actually, Wick, if I may interjection. I have a document that said that Claw pled guilty to it.
Hey, I actually might have the unedited Discord call coming to me right now.
Go ahead and look up whatever you want to look up with the stats of the actual.
Show me the document where he pleads guilty.
Yeah,
please.
if you look through everything, it says the adjudication, deferred, dismissed.
Just
both
link
cases.
it to me and I'll confirm.
That's a different one. Let me edit this. Just give me a sec. Sorry, I didn't.
Link it to me and I'll confirm. I won't show it on screen. I won't show it on screen. My audience trusts my word. I will read it and I will let you know.
All right. So this is no, that's not it.
Just DM it to
but
me
again,
or put it in the group chat.
The only reason I was rearrested. I want to make it vehemently clear that the only reason I was rearrested the second time was because Clint on social media even confirmed that he was the one that contacted the police department with the recording that he had stated was not, like, he knew on Twitter that it wasn't about that incident or whatever, or a new video or a new recording. He used the old recording.
Look at this and be like, this is fucking ridiculous.
That he used the old recording from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever that everyone's talking about this recording from years ago. Okay, that recording was being used to put me in jail 2 years later over blackmail for this shit. That's what I'm trying to.
The charge in the link I was sent was that the assault causes bodily injury to a family member, and it does show that you pled guilty.
But no, go to the next part of it. The next whatever is in.
It's deferred. Okay, so
I'm telling you what they told me and what the judge said is that basically it was deferred. It's not a conviction. It's not even a conviction. It's not going to become a conviction.
A deferred adjudication is what they say.
It's completely deferred as long as I didn't get in trouble in Texas anymore. And I understood what that meant. And so I moved away from Texas, right? So that's another thing that was alleged against us. We fled the state or whatever the fuck. We did not flee the state. Okay, I don't know what Megan's situations or whatever, but I can talk to about the one allegation that is not involving, again, none of the charges that I had were against me from any other person on my entire arrest record. Okay, the only two were state charges, right? I know there were state charges, were they not? No person on the other side of that. It was the state versus Texas arrested me over these lies that were said about me. Megan never called the cops. There's never any domestic violence calls. This is being used against me years later. So even if I was an asshole 2-3 years ago, right, to Megan in this fucking voice recording where I yelled and screamed and did all this fucking shit, I'm be honest about that, right? I'm not gonna fucking sit here and say that I didn't do that or that it's AI generated or whatever the fuck. I don't care.
So
but
it's not AI generated.
Just real quick.
It's not AI generated.
Just real quick. Stop. So just to be clear,
if I may,
just to be clear, Claw, you said that the recording, what happened in the recording, was actually real. It wasn't faked.
Correct.
That was and you were admitting. And you're admitting in this document, in the state of Texas, that you pled guilty, but it was a deferred adjudication, meaning that as long as you didn't do anything bad in the future, then nothing would happen, right?
That it would never go to conviction.
Okay. Fair enough. I just want to get the facts of the matter clear.
Current state of it, now, again, both of those were started, meaning that I was on kick or keep for 3 hours, going up against Clint. I didn't care that I was going up against Clint. I thought he wanted to do what he's doing right now, which is promoting himself, doing his own fucking thing. Cool. Awesome. But he came on and was being an asshole about the whole Megan thing. They wanted to talk to Megan, whatever the fuck. I left that shit because when I got off of the fucking kick or keep, the cops were already in my fucking house. So like, there's no time for anything. Megan was not on the stream with me. She was not even being yelled at or talked to on the stream with me. I'm on camera the whole time. I never leave the fucking camera. Nothing fucking bad happened. So there's like embarrassing that I have to deal with that while it was live. They called the cops on me, right? So now I don't know which community did that, whether it's Clint's, Zerka's, or Destiny's. I don't know which one of these fucking communities did that, but some asshole in the fucking chat. I know that for a fact. It was a viewer of the stream because they said he's doing it live on stream right now. That's what the police call said. So I don't know who wants to take ownership of that shit. But that did happen. And the second time, Clint took ownership of it, saying, no, that was me calling the fucking cops and getting that fucking shit triggered for an arrest warrant, for a new warrant to be triggered out for my arrest.
Can we get some evidence of these claims against Clint 1717 that he was the one that then made the call? Because I do not believe that.
Screenshots?
I would also like to point out that every time I have provided evidence and I wanted to use the substantiated claim, they have not allowed it or won't let it be posted. We've got the audio. I got the rest of it.
I confirmed that the audio exists. What do you want to know?
$10 from Firechild.
I am more in. Sorry.
$10 from Firechild to say deferred education is something usually given to first-time offenders, where once a program, community service, probation, etc., is completed, then you don't get a conviction, but you still did a crime. I want to give it to Rezz. Rezz, have your say. And then we'll continue on.
Yeah, that was most of what I wanted to say there. Fuck, man, I got the fucking window on myself. I forgot where we were at. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, yeah, it's like, but here's the problem, right? What about Megan here?
That's the problem what about I have with this whole fucking thing. Why do you guys keep doing this?
Why are you guys on the run from the law?
There's no one's on the run from the law. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's interesting because I've just posted the open arrest ones just now.
My open arrest warrants.
Just
Mine.
No, not yours.
Or so they're not. So they're not mine again. You're wrong again. So you're
I
attacking
never said they were yours.
Megan.
I even
You're
said
attacking
earlier.
Megan.
More
Again, you're
serious
attacking Megan
issue.
for what issues?
Keep
What
hitting
open arrest?
on mine.
No, which ones? Which open arrest issues?
Those
Go
are
ahead,
open
read
arrest
them.
warrants. I will read them to you. I'll explain them as we go here. So right here, we have this misdemeanor inactive for OCA, active warrant. An OCA is
So
off.
inactive, an inactive,
Hold on,
an
let me
inactive
explain.
one.
I know that. I know
An
that's
inactive
confusing for
one.
you.
No, it's
Let me explain why it's confusing
No, it's
for you.
inactive.
So that means the
So it
case
says
is
inactive.
inactive pending
So-
the warrant
Wait,
issued
so why are
from the
you
So
office
it's not.
of the
So it's
court
on your own evidence. It
administration.
says
Digging into
inactive.
the
I'm
case
just
or
asking
the
a
case
question.
is
I'm trying to
You
explain it
said
to you.
active
Can I
warrant.
explain? Every
Why
time I
are
try
you
to
then
talk, I can't
changing
talk.
the words,
I can't-
changing the
wait.
definitions? Like,
You know,
hello,
I'll-
slave
I'll
dog
explain-
said, tap dance
I'll
before it leaves,
explain it.
motherfucker.
Maybe
Holy
I-
shit.
I know you're very versed in legal precedent. Let me explain.
No, it's one word. It's English precedent. It's words. It's you said
Alright,
active and it
May
says
I
inactive. I'm asking a
explain that
question.
why?
So
There
this
is
is
an
what it
open
says,
arrest
just so
warrant,
everyone
April
knows I am a neutral party here. Okay, I will read what it says. Okay, there are
And-
3 ones. One is a misdemeanor. It's disposed.
That was the
The
original one.
second one is a
I'll talk about that
misdemeanor.
one.
Just
Let's talk
Dave,
about that
let
one.
me go through them all, and then I'll let you have your say, but I'm going to go through them all. Okay. The second one is a misdemeanor. It's inactive for OCA, but it is an active warrant. The third one, misdemeanor, inactive for OCA, also an active warrant. Carry on.
Now, may I explain that since I actually am in law? When it says inactive for OCA, that means the case is inactive due to the fact the Office of the Court Administration has issued a warrant because they did not show up to their hearing. So that's what's happened. They didn't show up, and now the court
This is
has
all
put
tied
the
together, and it's
trial
not
on a
updated
hold,
yet.
and now
This
they've
is all
updated it.
tied-
not
yes,
updated,
because it
and
is
now
all
they have
tied
issued a
together.
warrant
It is
because they
not
didn't
updated
show.
yet.
That
It
is
is
an
not
active open
updated
warrant,
yet.
and as of yesterday, I took this photo. So
As
it
of
doesn't have
yesterday?
noted.
Okay. Now that you've explained, I want Meg to be able to respond. Meg,
Now,
go ahead.
We did not want to live in Texas anymore because of all of this that has been going on, that we were getting doxxed, we were getting harassed. We didn't, I guess, vibe with a lot of people in Texas like Gibbs or whoever.
None of those.
It doesn't
wait,
even
none
matter.
of those two
But
are even the one that I
point
want
of
to
the
talk
matter
about.
is that we did not flee.
There's an actual other one that's
Texas,
more important.
And I need to get it cleared up when we can actually sit here and have both of the cases are being investigated. Because what happened was the guy that you're saying, I don't even want to bring Clint into this because
I
it's
don't.
like, it
Clint's not
sucks
involved in
even-
this. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Like this is the
it's
problem. Is
actually
again,
illegal at this point
nobody.
that somebody sat
Yes,
there and
Clint
nobody-
isn't
created
involved in
evidence
either of the
that
cases that
somebody
you
sat
have
there
warrants
and
out
That's what I'm-
agreed
for.
it
no,
is, but that's
no, but he
So you
was
don't
involved
need to
in
mention it.
mine.
That's fine.
But he was involved in my other thing. That's
How?
why it was. He was on. I can
We'll
find the
get
thing
to
on
that
Twitter.
other thing. We'll get to that other thing in a minute.
We'll
We'll
get to
get,
that in a second.
stop, please, my
That
God.
is his
Okay,
fault when he
we
can-
will
okay,
get to
that's
that
my
in a
fault in
moment.
my eyes, it is.
We will get to that in a moment.
I
But
didn't-
before we get to
Okay,
that,
so
I want to
when
get
this is
through
all
this.
handled virtually because there's no actual crime here. There's no case.
The cops
here.
were called-
Where you're saying where I was trespassed. You have the text messages there proving.
So
that
you
the
are
girl
saying that,
was
just to be
bitter
clear,
that
Seventh,
had-
Meg,
Oh my God.
just to be clear, you are saying that you do not have an active warrant out, correct?
Apparently, there is an active warrant where they need to follow up on
active
what the case status of all
There's
of this.
2 active
I'm
warrants.
not an actual criminal on the run for anything
enough.
of any substance. There's text messages in this group chat that prove that the girl that he's talking about was texting him. Being
Nobody's
like,
talking about that
I'm
anymore.
gonna
Talking
go to
about
the
this.
property
But
manager and get
Still
them
not.
trespassed or
Not.
whatever.
That's
do you
not what they're
mean?
talking about trespassing at all. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like they don't even have that. So like this is the thing. Is like those two. The
These
things
are
you're
not
talking
for
about.
trespassing.
If
these
I
are
may,
for-
I do have that.
Yeah, so we can go to
I'll
that
send
one.
you
That's the
that,
only one
okay.
I care about because that's the only one that.
But it was just being harassed in
that
Texas
hurts
is
on me.
my point. That there's no
There's nothing
actual
harassing
issue
about
to
this.
it.
I
So
mean,
this
in
one-
fact, the
this one
harassment
was-
makes little bullshit.
they were
too.
like,
I also
the-
showed how they
Okay,
kept
stop,
harassing Mel in the chat.
Gibbs, stop for a moment.
They
Stop
were
for a moment.
being,
I
cops are
have
being
never
called
gotten
on her.
a solo.
Cops are being called on her because at a certain point they stopped harassing me for all of this shit and they started harassing Megan. So at that point she got arrested for the exact same fucking thing. But again, never been substantiated. I never fucking said anything. The state of Texas is who arrested her without me being involved with it at all. It was their fucking decision. Obviously, the resisting arrest was their fucking decision to charge her with that shit too. So obviously, she had the fucking, she's a badass bitch gangster. I fucking understand that shit.
I didn't
She
use
resisted arrest. She did
For-
resist arrest. I'm not.
Was charged with
I don't know. I don't. But
obstructing
I
an
think.
officer.
I think that part of the problem is that like she's also served time for that shit, right?
It
Like
was the same
most of the
officer that
time.
came back,
Most
like,
of the
3
time when
times.
you
He
have
was
these things, you
weird,
get time served for things like trespassing or whatever the fuck. You go in for like a day or two, you get out. It's not like a big deal for these things. Like it's misdemeanors for a fucking reason, right? These are actual fucking crimes and shit that like actually were covered up and all this other fucking shit, right? So we won't talk about all that stuff. But the problem is we got to clear up this other shit. So the other thing with Megan is that there's another open warrant from a different place. This is involving what she's talking about.
Just to be clear, after you're done, Gibbs is going to get an uninterrupted time, and I stress uninterrupted.
So this is a separate misdemeanor. And so before they get into all this other stuff, there was no squatting that took place. This is all things that I'll be able to like go through one at a time or one moment at a time if you want to ask me the right questions to figure out the truth of whatever the fuck. But again, the price being paid was $1,500. I thought that was going to be enough for 2 months. We stayed there for a month. Mel was actually behind on rent. She was not honest with us about being so far behind. We thought she was just behind 1 month. She's actually behind 2 months, so we couldn't have enough money to pay not just 1 extra month of rent. We had 2 months of rent, and the moratorium on evictions were over. So she basically was fucked, and she had to move back in with her parents. And so we were then left homeless, stranded after helping her out, pay her rent for the month of June or July or whatever month it was at the time. So that was the more annoying part, is we then had to go through the eviction process. So I had no problem with going through that while we looked for a fucking place. But during that process of us going through, we never got evicted or anything problematic at that place because I got arrested that place. And the whole situation was Megan left the home because they said, like, if you come back now that he's gone, now that I'm gone, if you come back here, you're going to get trespassed. Well, when she was talking to me in jail, and I'm freaking the fuck out because this is the first time I've ever been in jail now, and we don't have the funds to get me out, and I'm like struggling to figure this all out. I told her, Megan, I know this is going to fucking be bad, but the only fucking thing that I need out of that whole fucking house is get rid of the computer, get rid of the fucking TV, get rid of all of my fucking expensive shit, all of my belongings, all of my hard drive, all of my old notes, all of my everything. The only thing I wanted was my fucking grandfather's watch. And so she went back and fucking did that shit and got that shit for me, and I still have that shit. Okay, so like that was part of the reason that she got arrested at 7-Eleven literally later that day because she went back to get my fucking grandfather's watch that I asked her to get, and so she has a charge. She got arrested.
Can you present the watch?
Okay. Yes. Where's my watch? It's over there by my fucking thing.
Okay, great.
But again, this is like the thing is like nobody knows the fucking story because we don't fucking sit there and explain any of this shit to people because we just wanted to live our own fucking lives and do our own fucking thing again. So we got my fucking watch, thank God. To anyone who fucking knows me knows how important that fucking shit was. And I almost lost that shit because, again, I got the cops called on me in the middle of the fucking night because of something that I had nothing to do with.
Who?
This is the problem that I have with this fucking retarded ass group of fucking people is that they if you want to go all the way back to 2020 and go through all this shit again, Rezz, we can, but I know at one point you were on my side about even the Zoom shit. So I don't know how far deep we got to go on this shit before it realizes at a certain point that you guys are just going to be split. You're going to be split forever. Well, we can go through the Zoom shit.
Gibbs, because Gibbs needs his time. We can do the Zoom stuff. I don't know what
level me the fuck up. Get me on a fucking podcast with Austin then. Eventually we'll just level this fucking shit up until I get all the corrections in, okay? Let's go. Let's run them through like hotcakes, baby. Holy fuck.
Gibbs is the only one who should be talking right now.
Kick.com. I'm an ex-streamer, baby.
Gibbs is the only person who should be talking right now. Gibbs, go ahead.
Yeah, so I just want to say I find it very interesting. Every single time I try to present hard evidence, whether it be from Mel, whether it be the recording, suddenly we can't present that evidence for XYZ reason, and I just get interrupted. And it's just kind of interesting to me how this is a repeated pattern, you know, and then we start backtracking. First there was, oh, we don't have any warrants. Now, after we present evidence, there is warrants. So to me, this seems like a clinical lying pattern that they're both engaging in to where they don't even know what's true.
Both again, bro.
Because they
let him go uninterrupted.
He just lies so much that they can't even tell what's reality, what's truth anymore. I mean, he's sitting here, I posted the evidence. They talk about people harassing them. When I post evidence in the Discord that I sent you of Mel telling them to stop harassing her, otherwise she's going to have her lawyer.
Mel never said that about me.
Anyway, so like I said, well, you know, she also shared an interesting thing where you said in one of those texts that to her, allegedly, that you had videos of Meg shitting all over the house. So it's interesting that I shared that text. No, that's another one. So it's interesting that I presented text messages of the other people claiming this shit has happened, and now we're just going to move on. Well, I'm just pointing out that I already posted the clip. I don't have to lie about the origin. I put the screenshot in the Discord. And so every time I try to present evidence, I wanted to get the audio in after there were claims made about me.
You posted a bunch of gibberish. I don't know what you're posting.
I mean, so that's
I
just
don't
like
know
anything
what
you
you're
post on
posting
Twitter
because
every
I'm
time.
telling
All-
you, I'm telling you that
listen, you should
I
be
want to
very
listen
Hold
to
on,
what
let's
you have a
Gibbs
problem
finish.
with.
Let Gibbs finish.
But
I mean,
I don't. Nothing comes from your firsthand
Hold on,
experience.
hold on.
Kid. That's the
You gotta let
problem.
Gibbs finish. You gotta
anything,
let Gibbs finish, and then you can
If
respond. I promise.
anything, you should be very well aware with being able to cut through the gibberish whenever you make nonsensical posts every day on Twitter that nobody understands, but it's completely out of context, and the only person that
So
understands
you're a
that
fan.
is Willy Wonka. I don't even. I mean, no, I'm not a fan, Papa. I didn't even know who the fuck you were until I met you through fucking them. So like, don't even be acting like I was a fan, bro. You're like not even worthy of licking the from under cheese from under my nuts. So quit with your high and mighty bullshit. Shh, relax, all right? So
Okay.
anyway, back to what I was saying is I every time I've
Gibbs
tried to
finish.
present hard evidence,
Kids,
it's
this
not
is
been
why
allowed.
your bitches
Hard
why
are
don't-
evidence. Hard evidence
So
is
why don't-
hearsay.
all right,
Your
let's-
hard
let's-
evidence is
let's
hearsay.
start with-
The hardest
let's
evidence
start
you
with
got
the
is
audio.
hearsay, bro.
Let's start
Come
with the
on.
audio,
You don't even
and
know
then-
how courts work, bro.
How do you figure that? whenever I
Objection,
presented photos
objection.
of the warrants that are
Hearsay.
issued. My first claim, warrants.
You,
They have
I
federal
didn't
warrants.
confirm that they
That's
weren't. As soon as you brought them into evidence, I said, yeah, those things are true. I literally
Oh,
agree with them. And I said,
yes.
you actually missed one.
No, to be
I said
clear,
you
to be
missed
clear,
one, the
to be
important
clear,
one.
to be clear,
He
they have
just- he just-
admitted.
so Gibbs is
They
right,
have
so Gibbs is
admitted.
evidence
Hold
is
on,
true.
stop. They have admitted to the audio being, at least Claw has admitted to the audio being genuine. They also have admitted to having warrants out, or at
Correct.
least
And-
Meg has.
Those were two of those. Those were two of the claims
They
I
have
made. and they
denied
both did-
the shitting allegations, which you have
That's-
not presented evidence for, right?
Now hold on, that's actually not true. I just posted in the Discord, Mel
What's
saying
different
that Alex has
than
videos of
hearsay?
her shitting. So that's another.
I would
that's
need
illegal.
to. I would
Okay,
need
but
to.
Indirect-
you're saying
hold on,
wait,
hold
Mel.
on.
You're saying
May I
Mel has evidence that
Hold on.
So first off, you're leaking
Hold on.
my name again. You're leaking
Let me-
Mel's name.
Well, you
Why
first
can
of all,
she
you
not
already
come here
tried to
and say
threaten to
that
dox me a
herself?
few minutes ago.
Why
so
can she not come here
I
and
never
say that
threatened to
herself?
dox you.
May I just let me just go forward?
If I may remind the court, Claw has already been doxxed originally in this case by 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙.
Yeah, and on top of that, in
I
addition
was
to
not
that,
doxxed by 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙.
in addition to that, first of all, every time I've been asked to provide evidence, I made the claim about the warrants. I provided evidence, ended up being admitted to being true. Right? Correct. Then we made the claims about the audio.
No,
that is.
I'm sitting here. No.
I know it's
Pause.
hard
You want
for
to
you
go
to,
one?
like, wait your
You
turn.
had your
Wait your
uninterrupted time.
turn.
This is point for
Wait your
point now,
turn.
right,
Wait your-
Wick?
No, it's not. It's
How
not
do you
yet.
go point for
I'm
point
almost
now?
done. Every time I presented evidence, first I made the warrant claim. That ended up being true. Then I made the audio claim. That has now been admitted to be true. We've also made the shitting claim, and now I presented indirect evidence of that claim being
No direct
actuated by somebody else. So here's my thing: is you've already gone back on
Precisely.
your original statements twice, and I keep presenting.
I've
hard
never gone
evidence
back on my
that
statements.
proves
You
my
don't have
story.
a clip.
Okay.
We're on kick, right?
Now,
clip
now
that
you
shit.
can. Now you can respond, gang. Go ahead.
Yeah, again, none of these things that he's saying are firsthand. I don't think that Mel would ever, unless she's like talking to an OnlyFans guy or something, like a simp, loser, bitch, idiot. Like she might lie to him and try to like convince him that like she's like having a tough time, so he gives her more money or something. Like that could be a true statement. But I know Mel, and I don't think Mel would even say these things. Like other than, again, she has her own issues or whatever the fuck. But I don't think Mel would ever say these things about us publicly or even on the record to a journalist that she respected, right? I think that she was maybe venting to a friend and just saying a bunch of random shit, or this is just what e-girls do and they just start lying to other dudes about whatever the fuck. But I've never said that to Mel, that I have a fucking video of Megan shitting. I've never also, all of the other allegations that Admiral Gibbs talked about were also completely and unequivocally completely falsified by me. I proved all of those things are being lies, right? Like that you just make shit up randomly.
No, but to be clear, you did admit earlier that the audio recording was you, and that was actual thing that happened.
But that was never a thing that I've denied of being like
Okay.
I've never said that was a
Sure,
lie. I've said
fair
that
enough.
was being used against me and that had nothing to do
I
with
understand.
these.
No,
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Stop, Gibbs. Let me finish this. Okay, and the second thing, right, is he has accused you of having warrants out, or Meg of having warrants out, and she did admit that she had warrants out.
Definitely, but I don't, and she does about
I think
a
it's
trespassing.
non-issue. You can bring any judge before me, please. The state of Texas, whoever you want to bring, Judge Judy, whatever. It is a non-issue that I personally did not want to continue to live in the state of Texas. I didn't like it, so I think that down the road, a lot of things are being covered via Zoom and everything right now. It is something that I'm working on resolving, but I didn't like the way that it was being handled. I don't know how else to
Fair
explain. what, but it's not so much of an issue that like I can get on my phone and walk down to a police station and say, hi, like my name is so and so, and have them look me up. I don't think that they're going to lock me up. I don't think that I'm like a violent criminal that's on the run, like these people try to paint to cover up other weird shit that I've said is an actual issue. I think that some of it is some of it is deflection from somebody that was causing an actual problem by calling the cops and trying to like send in recordings of this and blah 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 blah. Like there's no issue here except for that original issue that it stems from. Where it's
for
like,
Mooncake in the chat, if you have a warrant, they'll arrest you. That's not true. Again, we've explained how state laws work, right? Like these are not felonies. These are not federal charges.
I'm gonna be real. I don't. Hold on. I will let you go to Rezz. I'll let you go in a second, Rezz. But I just want to close this off, right? So we don't go back.
I have one last thing.
One last thing on this.
One last thing.
Because I wanted to either A, move on to the Zoom stuff, or B, end it all because okay. What's your last thing? What's your last thing?
My last thing on this is I wish that you would look at the screenshot again. It says 12 months probation. Why did
the one you linked me?
I believe so. The officer
12 months with community service of 48 hours.
Yes. What does that would intend to say probably that you actually have a fulfillment that needs to be finished within Texas, right? Or you're in violation of your probation.
Everything that I did was legally acceptable, and obviously like I handled everything that I needed to handle, but I don't need to get into any more detail. I don't necessarily believe, but I do know that, you know, as far as I also know is that, you know, other people have taught me tricks, which I didn't know about the cute little expunge from your record trick. That was a pretty cool trick that I learned about thanks to burglary that I heard about in Austin, Texas one time. So I guess that there's things that you can do to get your record expunged. So even at a certain point, my record won't even have that on it anymore because it's a misdemeanor. It was my first charge. It was deferred or dismissed or whatever. And my lawyer told me everything I needed to do. I didn't plead guilty because that would be a conviction or a plea deal. There was no conviction at all. It never reached trial. It never went to trial. I did have to serve 2 months in there in jail, but that's because I didn't bond myself out, and I waited for the court system to tell me that I was done and I had everything taken care of, because the only option for me at that point would have been coming to where I'm at now. I'm not hiding where I'm at either. I'm in Vegas. Like I don't give a fuck, but I don't want people to like know my name or attack me or hunt me down or whatever the fuck. But
we got two options at this point, and I'll let you guys decide what we want to do. We can either open it up for callers and see if anyone wants to have their say, or we can get into the what was it? The Zoom shit, I believe you said.
The Zoom shit.
If you had an accusation on that,
I think the callers would be better content, but the Zoom
it's up
stuff,
to you. I don't. Whatever you guys.
I think the Zoom stuff, like we've kind of gone back and forth on it. It's just like a, you know, I think we have.
Yeah, there's no back.
I have changed on that because, like, yeah, the original presentation, there was not. Let me say this. So when we talk about the Zoom stuff,
they're showing on my phone again. He's like,
back to court. Anyways, the Zoom shit is this fucking claim that Clint basically opened up a whole Zoom thing, and he basically got claw charged $4,500 for a show, which was an error on Zoom that they fixed. Right? This is what the Zoom thing is in like the most simplistic forms. Right?
So
there was an error. It was
all
weird.
Of a sudden I got charged for $4,500. I was like, what the fuck is this? I checked my wallet. It was right after I got paid. Like, so very few people knew I had $5,000 in my account. But, you know, that was another point of my collusion and conspiracy theory brain snap that happened to me, right? Because that's what we originally talked about by going back into my 2020 Twitlonger to figure out what made Claw snap. Well, this is one of the things that made Claw snap, right? And so my close friend at the time, it showed me in the fucking the Zoom support email that a name that hacked me and stole my money and did this trick was originally Clint's account. And so that was real. And that's all I said was that shit fucking was real and it was happened and the support email said it, right? So I don't know what the fuck it was. And all of a sudden I was this like liar, scammer, fucking, they made a fucking documentary about how I was like a fucking psychopath that was lying about this because I couldn't have possibly been true or whatever the fuck. And like my girlfriend at the time confirmed that it happened and it did happen to me and that she was like, I don't know, like this is crazy this is happening to you. And I was like, yeah, this is fucking crazy this is happening to me. And like nobody believed me because again, this is what the cult like network does about this kind of shit, right? So I've then brought everybody back together during the 𝕵𝖎𝖎 Royale days when I was running that whole fucking orchestra for all of these goddamn same characters that you're seeing pop up in these communities and shit. So I ran all of that shit, and then out of nowhere, Clint started like yelling at me about the Zoom thing again. After I'd already been trying to like squash the beef and just move on with my life and come back into the community, he was like, "Yeah, but that you were lying about that shit too." I was like, "No, the fuck I wasn't," and I proved it again and showed everybody in the Discord. There's like 20 or 30 people. I did it in front of everybody that time to help jog the memory of everybody. And I've never been able to do it live because anytime that I do have my Twitch account back, I try not to fucking go on crazy rampant tangents about this kind of shit from the past, right? I talk about new shit, cooler, newer conspiracy theories that are like way more fun and interesting, like the toxoplasmosis shit, right? So then we have to deal with this fucking shit where, yeah, I got fucked over by these fucking guys again. And I was like, I don't know or care if that was even real or not, but I never lied about that shit again. So like that's the whole point, is that like all of it's being used as a thing of saying, oh, Claw lies. Claw's never lied about this shit. You guys are just using Claw, bullying Claw, and making sure that Claw can't do anything ever at all, so that Megan gets hurt through like adjacent behavior. Like that's what it feels like. Because you're all attacking Megan still, despite literally being like, oh, like Claw's the asshole. It's like, well, which is it?
I think Meg is also equally a terrible fucking person.
Okay, well then there's the problem. You're not here trying to make any resolutions. You're just here to be an asshole, and like that's what I wanted to confirm. You're just a fucking retard. Yeah, that's fine that you're a fucking retard, but like just admit it.
I'm here to get a resolution. And that's to bring all y'all's heinous bullshit and terrible behavior to light.
Cool, but that's the problem is gotcha. Anything else?
What's the crime, Gibbs? You just sitting here.
Gotcha. Anything else? Uh-oh.
Like, what is the crime?
Is there an open spot here in the panel show community for someone who says gotcha? Anything else that has a girlfriend?
I mean,
why you say with more charisma, probably.
I mean,
just need a little bit more charisma. Just need a little bit more charisma.
You need a little bit.
Okay, the Zoom shit was. Okay. With that, there's a couple people who want in. Okay.
Okay, let's get them on in.
We aren't.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Use the restroom real quick, gang. While we have a moment, I don't know why you would have enjoyed this content, but if you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you're following me on YouTube, if you're on Kick, hit that follow button. Super chats, I'll read them. Gift subs really help. How to join the live, Mantis? Well. What you do, since we aren't in my Discord, because one of the individuals here is banned from my Discord, we are in a group
chat.
Why
am I banned in the Discord, Wick?
Because my admins decided to ban you. That is all I know.
And there's no more context?
Look,
you don't
I'm
need
not
any?
here to adjudicate any individual mod decisions.
I think there's a problem. I think there's a problem with the moderator types.
But
I have a problem with moderator types.
Fair enough. What we're going to do is we're going to, if you want in, you're going to DM me, and I'm going to add you to the group chat. Okay, we are in our Discord, so DM me if you want in, and I will add you to the group chat. Okay? And then we will pull you in one at a time, and we will have that. Okay? We're going to go with Mantis first, and then we're going to go Parallax. And if you want in line, DM me, and I will get you in the order that I have been DM'd. Sounds good?
I'm going to let you finish talking for a bit. I'll be right back.
Yep, do your things. Everyone take your potty breaks. Go shit, not on the walls, please. Okay? And we'll get this done.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel, Wick? Is this everything you hoped and dreamed?
I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest. It's just real frustrating, like, to me, because it's like, especially when it comes to this kind of thing. It's just like I've seen these people like really harm like two of my really.
You gotta accept my friend request if you want it added to the group call. Just FYI.
And then it's just like they backpedal delusion, and it's just like levels of delusion. I don't even know. It's just sad.
Let me see if I can do this. How do I? Man, where's
Yo, what up? I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm trying to figure out how to. Oh, here we go. Okay. I think I've added you here. Join the call. Anytime you want. Mantis, you got to join the call.
Educate and propagate to renovate the welfare state. Welcome to the police state. Been doing this since Watergate. I'm about to terminate the real estate. I'm being straight because you'll never populate because all you do is masturbate. At any rate, I must confess, eliminate your consciousness. Evacuate. You will be blessed because they won't wait to contain us. Corrosion wants to claim us, so the leaders take our hiatus because Rogan is just too famous, so they have to segregate us.
That was pretty fun.
Cancel this and veto that. Just print some more, you technocrats. Cause until you see to that, you're just a bunch of scaredy cats. Spending more in 2 years than all our wars combined. Inner cities losing kids, but you hear about Columbine. Selective with the news just until the ratings drop. Getting so confused, falling for the agitprop. Indoctrinate, inoculate, and then they try and automate. You think you can negotiate? I'm trying to accelerate, bitch.
Miss Mantis, if you do not join the call, I will kick you from the group. You have to join the call. You hit join call. Beautiful, lovely, wonderful. Let me add Parallax in. Okay. Parallax, you better fucking figure this out. Join the call.
How do people not know how to do that?
I don't understand.
To be honest, it was honestly so difficult. Like I genuinely didn't
Turn your
think I'd
cam
get
on
through
so
it.
people could see you.
Hey, whoa. You're being awful demanding here, buddy.
We try to put on a show.
All right.
Constitution
Yeah, indeed,
of
we do.
an expedient trial.
Okay.
Indeed, we do.
Yeah,
The
shit to say,
Constitution,
say your shit.
legal documents, important here. So, deferred adjudication in the state of Texas. Claude, some things you might want to check out. One of them is that one of the biggest myths about deferred adjudication in the state of Texas is that it will be completely removed from your record. The charge will not, in fact, be removed from your record. In fact, at the end of your deferred adjudication, which, let's stick to that, is your sentence. That is your sentence. This is done in the sentencing phase, meaning you were found guilty, motherfucker. Deferred adjudication, you can, at the end of it, petition to have the record and conviction sealed. It does not get expunged.
By who?
You pled guilty and got deferred, and that's not
your line.
How can one be? And how could you be found guilty? By admitting the crime, you abusive fuck. So
I don't
you
think I
pled
admitted to any
guilty
crime.
by pleading guilty. That's admitting to the crime.
Why
You
would
were
I plead
given.
guilty
You
to
were
a
given
crime
by
that I
the
didn't
state of
do?
Texas. You did do it. You were given by the state
Why
of
would
Texas.
I plead guilty? Why would I plead guilty to a crime that I didn't do?
A pass. You did do it.
A pass.
You were given a pass on your
A
first
pass,
offense.
Yeah, so
A
this
first
is my
offense.
first offense. My
So
first offense
you
ever.
pled guilty.
So I was
to
guilty
doing
of
it,
abusing,
and your
of abusing
sentence,
somebody.
your sentence,
Where was
your
the evidence?
sentence,
Where was the evidence in the case
your
about
se-
that day?
Your mouth.
Didn't
You
Where was it in the
admitted
day?
to it. You admitted to it.
No,
That's what
there was no
pleading
admitting.
guilty
There was
is.
no
You
admitting
admitted
to
to it.
anything.
That's
That's
what
the
pleading guilty
problem. Is that
means.
there's no
That's
pleading
what
guilty
pleading
because
guilty.
it's
Yes, you did
never
plead guilty.
reached
You were
the
found
trial.
in the state
It
of
never
Texas.
reached the
Deferred
trial.
adjudication
It
is part
didn't
of the
reach the
sentencing
trial,
phase.
right?
It's
Yeah,
part.
I
It
wasn't
didn't have
found
to.
guilty. You said
You
I
were
was found
sentenced.
guilty.
You were
I did not-
sentenced.
No. You're understanding how this works. You have to understand there's a process. I
You
was
were
not found
sentenced.
guilty.
Law. You were
I was
sentenced.
not found guilty. You said
You were
specifically I was found
sentenced.
guilty.
Yes.
No, you're saying now that I
Yes.
pled guilty. So okay, I did
Yes,
not
which is
plead
the same.
guilty.
You know how
I'm
you were
telling you right now
found
that I
guilty,
did not
motherfucker?
plead
You
guilty.
say, I'm
telling
guilty.
you right now, I did not plead guilty. I did not go in front of a judge and say that I plead guilty to this crime. I never did that.
That is the
So
only
I'm
way you.
telling you right
Okay,
now.
then how did
I
you
don't
get?
know.
Then how
Talk
did
to
you
my
get a
lawyers.
conviction?
Why are
Then
you
how did you get a
talking to me?
conviction?
I did
Then
not
how'd you get a conviction?
There's no conviction.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
deferred
I will
adjudication,
promise on this God,
deferred
I will swear
adjudication
on
is
God, I
part
will
of
swear on God, I will
deferred
the whole goddamn
adjudication. I don't
Bible.
care if
I
you
will
swear on God.
my life. I will swear
You
on
can
everything.
swear on
I have
the
not
imaginary
convicted.
side
Not a
wizards you can
convicted.
think
Not
of.
conviction.
It won't
Zero
change the
conviction.
fact
This
that
is
in
the
the state
problem.
of Texas,
Not a conviction.
deferred
Not
adjudication is
convicted.
part of
Yeah,
the
but I'm not
sentencing
convicted. Yeah, but
phase.
I'm not
Okay.
convicted. Not
Sentencing.
convicted. Still not convicted. Got
Sentencing.
it.
Okay.
Gotta
You were
get it good.
sentenced for a
No, because you
crime.
can't.
You
No,
were
because
sentenced.
you can't sentence them without
You
convicting
were
them first.
sentenced.
No, because none of it's
deferred
happened.
adjudication
This
is
is only in
factually
your
a part of the
imagination. This is
sentencing
the
phase.
quantum realm.
It
This
is
only
no.
if this
It's
case
literally a
happens.
fact.
The case will never happen.
It is
It's all deferred
literally
for a reason.
is
It's all
literally
deferred
part
for a
of the
reason.
sentencing
It's deferred
phase.
for
It's
a
part of the
reason.
sentencing
It's
phase, Claude.
deferred for a reason
Okay.
because it's not
It's part of the
convicted.
sentencing
Okay.
phase,
I was
Claude.
told not a conviction. It's a
It's
separate
part of
thing.
the
It's not a
sentencing
conviction.
phase.
It's not a conviction. See, it's not a conviction. That's what's different. Is what I was told.
It's part
is
of
that
the
it's not a
sentencing
conviction.
phase, Claude.
No, it's not because it's
How do you
not
get
happened yet. It
sentenced?
hasn't.
How do
How
you
do
get
you get
sentenced,
sentenced
Claude?
before? I'm not sentenced
You
yet.
get sentenced, Claude. You did.
I'm not
You
sentenced.
got
No,
you got
okay,
sentenced to
okay,
deferred adjudication,
okay,
which is
okay.
another thing for probation.
Okay.
How's your
Parallax.
officer? How's your officer?
Parallax.
What you pay?
Are you
Parallax.
What
talking
you
about
pay to
this?
be on deferred
Are you
adjudication?
talking about
How's your
this? Are you
officer
claiming
doing?
I
Parallax.
sentenced? Wait,
Yes.
how about
Hold
this? Are you claiming that I'm Freddie Mercury at this point, bro?
No, I am claiming that you have an officer. You have to report him to a certain set of
without
circumstances.
committing a crime. I served a sentence without committing a crime. Am I Freddie fucking Mercury?
That's what you're trying to be. That's what you're trying to be. And no, you're actually just a gay abuser. So close, but you know.
I don't understand what the fuck is going on here.
A gay abuser. You heard me. So it's just yeah.
To who? Am I gay or do I?
So yeah. Did he abuse a gay person or is he gay?
I think both would probably apply depending on mood.
Podcast? Is this the projection?
I think both would probably apply depending on mood.
From gay on Twitch and not just drop.
Well, we're not on
Twitch right now, Megan.
Thank God. Thank God for my channel. We're not
on
on
to sentencing. On to sentencing.
That's how I
deferred adjudication.
I'm telling you that I wasn't sentenced yet.
Parallax, thank you for calling in.
I'm not sentenced. It has not. The trial has not happened.
You got sentenced to deferred adjudication. It's literally another name for community service. Community supervision. Community supervision. Why would I care?
All of the things would. Yes, all of those things would happen if I got convicted. You are right. Yes. I'm agreeing with you. Okay, but I'm not convicted.
You were sentencing to deferred adjudication.
No, that's not how it works.
Parallax,
it's literally
Parallax, we got some more people in line, so for now, we're going to let you go.
It should be known as a statement of fact. He was sentenced.
I'm telling you that I was in for 2 months. Okay, I don't know what the fuck. I was in for 2 months. That was not a sentence. That was me. Maybe you could say it's time served, but it's not a sentence because I did not get convicted of the crime. I did not actually go to court, not see a trial. I did not make a plea deal. None of that shit happened. I was in for 2 months, and they basically said we are going to defer this. Is how they phrased it. It's deferred adjudication, whatever the fuck that means. I said, does that mean I get to go home? The lawyer said, yes, you're good. And I was like, cool. And then I was done with it, okay? That was all.
Gotcha.
That was all the fuck it was.
Next caller.
I do remind the court, probation still does stand.
No trial. And a probation does not stand in that case because there was no trial. It was not
Why
convicted.
did that guy want to know which way your dick bent?
He did not want to know that. I hope not, but...
Okay, Mantis, we're going to try you one more time.
The judge did not look at my guilty plea. I want
hit the joint call button.
But yeah.
And if you can't figure this out, I will hate you. I will literally hate you. This is content that you're cucking me out of.
So, I mean, if that's what you hate.
I do. It's blood libel, to be clear. If you don't
I hate mayonnaise.
A trial did not happen. I'll answer questions like that are simple.
The trial's tonight, Claw. Twitch court.
This is what I'm saying, but again, it's not the real trial. The real trial happened because Megan has the idea.
Okay, Mantis is here. Mantis, turn on your camera. Hold on, stop, both of you. Mantis, turn on your camera. And let's hear what you have to say.
Hello?
Yep, you're live.
Hello?
So what I don't get is why.
Sorry. Why what?
You're live. Go on.
Gibbs decides to post all this shit all over Discord.
That's to you, Gibbs.
I don't get it either, bud.
What?
I don't get it either, bud.
But why does he have to be an asshole?
What?
About someone else's problem?
Also, Mantis, if you have a camera, please turn it on so we can see who you are.
That
I'll
was
tell you.
Yeah, I got more evidence.
It's like, why did this all happen in the first place? Why are
I'll
people
tell you why.
doxing Claw to the point?
Nobody's
no,
doxing
the
Claw.
question's not for you.
Why? Because
But
you
when
want
he was
sympathy from
doxed
other
in the
people?
first
Is that why?
No, I was invited here to defend my girlfriend.
No. I'm talking about Gibbs. He wants more sympathy.
He wants sympathy and
Very
viewers.
defensive.
I need sympathy?
You want sympathy from viewers because you post stuff on Discord because you think it's cool to post other people's problems on Discord.
No, I don't think it's cool to post other people's problems on Discord. Let me tell you what I think is not cool is when these two people have fucked around and hurt two people I care about deeply with their terrible behavior and squatted in their house, took advantage of these people's goodwill, damaged their house.
We helped that person out. We helped that person
What do you need to have proof of that? Wait, what
I
part
already
of that?
proved it. I've already been posting stuff. You posted nothing. You've got no proof. I've literally every time you said any kind of thing,
I just posted proof to Wick about another dismissal. So there's another one. So
yeah,
so to be clear, what he just sent me, so I can read it. I won't read the name out, but he did.
I can.
Is that your birthday? I don't even know if that's your birthday. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so on August of this year, there was a charge that was dismissed. An adult misdemeanor charge for violation of bond or protective order was the charge, and it was dismissed. So that is a thing that he.
So someone got a charge.
Grievous bodily harm
on a bond, you mean?
I don't understand this even the sympathy claim this guy's.
No. I didn't know that there was a backstory. I joined in and there was this whole thing about the picture and
Picture.
like the one on the Discord chat
Huh?
here in the group.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
well,
one that's in-
Mantis, what do you got? What do you got for
That's
us?
for Megan.
What do you have?
No,
something
I
for
just
us?
didn't know. I didn't know that there was a backstory on it, like Gibbs was saying,
Okay, how long have you been watching the stream?
since about 6:30.
And you don't know what's going on?
No, I joined in and you about the picture. It's about it.
Mantis, thank you for calling in.
Okay. It's pretty awesome.
Does anyone
I'm
else?
banning that guy from my Discord now.
Does anyone else want to call in
Yeah.
that A, has been watching the stream, and B, know what's going on? That wants to comment.
No, I have no
What
idea
is
what
going
that was,
on?
but more importantly, again, to answer your other claims, what proof would you want to show that I paid 15? Is 1,500 enough for 2 months? When did I move in? Like Gibbs, how did I hurt Mel by doing what you're talking about?
You ended up squatting there. You got criminal trespass out of there. That's not even.
I did not. You're lying. I did not.
Listen,
And I told you why Megan got it, and it was after the fact, and you could look up all the dates.
It's very convenient every time I post something. We have the
Again, it's very convenient that when you lie, I point out that you lie. Yes, it's very
a crazy
convenient.
story about like hunting for watches that were up people's asses, like Great Granddaddy Bob in that fucking movie. What was that movie? You basically stole
all of this. No,
You
Gibbs,
basically
just
stole the plot of Pulp
everything
Fiction
to try and
with
be
the watch.
entertaining.
That's literally what you
Trying
did.
to
You
exaggerate
literally
everything to try and be
stole the plot
entertaining.
from-
when
Okay,
it's
we have
not
another caller.
things that people want to
Are you saying I
exaggerate.
stole the plot from Pulp Fiction?
Yeah,
What are you trying to say?
yeah. You literally stole the watch plot from Pulp Fiction and tried to pass that off as your
Bro.
own idea, just so that you
Oh
can
my
justify
God.
y'all's criminal
Okay,
trespass.
we have-
Like, I mean, that's
we
literally
have-
what you did.
Dude, you know what, Gibbs? You know what else has happened? I got to be honest with you. I've actually picked up a job as a janitor outside of Harvard. You should see my next act.
Okay, we got another caller. Click the join call.
God, holy fuck,
Click the
bro.
join call.
I gotta go park my car. How do you like those apples?
Okay, Pickstart.
Hey.
Pickstart is
Hey,
joining us. Pickstart is joining
Hey,
us.
guys.
Okay, Pickstart, are you here?
So yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Cool. So I only have one question. So on the charges in the disposition, it says at the very top, plea 1, assault causes bodily injury, family member, guilty. So if you pled guilty,
And that's at the top of a long thing that at the bottom of it.
yeah.
But
But that means that you
okay, so like a
pled
previous
guilty.
status of it was maybe that was again. I don't know how the technology works. I'm not a
It
cop.
has all the
I'm
same
not a
dates
cop.
on it.
I'm not a
9,
cop.
12,
I know you guys think I'm a
23,
cop.
9, 12,
I'm not a fed.
23.
Okay, I'm not a cop. I'm not a fed. I'm telling you, I don't know how the fuck it works. I'm just telling you what the truth of my situation was. And even in your own evidence, you're saying that after the fact of whatever plea deal guilty you're reading, even after that is a new post-dated thing that says deferred, right? So maybe that was
Yeah.
offered and I said no. Maybe that was offered and I said no.
$100.
I don't know. I do not know. I'm just telling you, I was never convicted and never went to trial. There's never anything like that. I never did a plea deal. I never agreed to any of that. I did agree to my when I left that I signed paperwork and shit saying that I wouldn't like commit any more crimes or whatever the fuck. But that was all paperwork that I was assuming how the deferment process works. I've never been through this shit again. I never got arrested. I never had to deal with any cop interactions my entire life up to this point. I'm 32 years old. I really don't want to be dealing with all this bullshit drama and all this other weird fucking retarded shit when there's like actual fucking crazy shit going on in the world right now. So it's like I don't know how many more like old ex-retired influencers you have to stalk and harass at this point, Admiral Gibbs. But like, when is enough going to be enough? And when can I just move the fuck on with my life? Like that's all I'm really asking you at a certain point,
Okay.
right?
So
I
really
don't
quick,
even
I'm just gonna say this. I just want to get this out. So on June 1st of 2023, you pled not guilty. Then on September 12th of 2023, you pled guilty, and that is when they gave you a deferred injunction because it's your first crime. But you still pled guilty.
I never pled guilty. I will
Okay,
assure
well,
you of that.
You know what? You can say it till the day that you die, and I hope.
Okay,
that you,
but I'm
you,
just
I hope
there's
your
never
soul's
a
good.
time when I
but
pled
at the end of
guilty
the day,
to the
at the
conviction
end
or
of
the
the day,
charge of that. I never did that.
Okay,
So
you
whatever
can
that
say
paperwork
that
is saying, it
because
was outdated. I'm telling you right now that that's not what
$2,
was told to
$2
me
from
and how it's
Firechild to
happened.
ask, and this is a good question. Did he do community service or not? Did you serve your community service, sir?
I've served my community since the day I was born.
Did in the charge it says that you were given a?
I did what I was supposed to do, that my lawyer said to do. Yes, everything that I had to do, I had to do.
So, to
but
be
there was
clear-
no,
No, I want to be. No, stop, everyone,
no
stop,
mandatory
everyone, stop.
probation.
Everyone
There was
stop.
no mandatory
Everyone
probation.
stop.
or
Everyone
community
stop.
service.
Because I want this to be clear, yes or no. Did you serve the community service that you were assigned?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That's it. Anything else, Pickstart?
Nope, I'm good.
Thank you, and I'll see you later.
Well, before we go on, I would like
Pickstart.
I would like to say something here. I think it's interesting that Claw keeps talking about how I'm obsessed with him when I didn't even know he was coming on until like you messaged me. Wait, I didn't have any plan to mess with Claw at all. I don't give a shit about this fucking piece of shit that's never done anything except for beat women and say the N-word on stream. I don't know why this guy thinks he's relevant. I mean, well, that's great, but you know, so I mean, either way, I don't know you at all. I've like barely known you. The only time I've ever met you is through May. So whenever you sit here and make these things about talking about coming after you, like, bro,
Now
I don't
you're just
know
using
you.
my argument.
I don't know you at all. But I'll tell you what I do know is that Meg's a piece of shit, and I'm trying to expose all of her piece of shit activities. That's what I was trying to do, and I don't. So every time you
Is
pop
there
in, I was
anyone
saying
else?
that I was
Defend her.
coming for
And I was
you.
here
Is there
to defend
anyone
her, and
else?
Do you have anything you want to actually
there
substantiate
anyone
against
else?
her? Because you have nothing yet.
Is there
I mean,
anyone
I-
else? Hold on,
You're
stop.
muted.
Is there anyone else,
mute
right,
anything.
that would like to call in
Huh?
about this? If
Oh,
so,
it's not
you have to
muted.
DM me on
Sorry.
Discord. You have to
Oh, it's
add
muted.
me, WhickTV. You have to let me know that you want on. If you do, great. If not, I really don't care. I'll end
Also,
this.
in the audio, I've already made my statement. Megan's made her statement about the audio back years ago when it happened. That was the truth of the matter then. I don't know why it has to keep being dived into every time. But again,
I
that's
feel like it's a good
we have no
assessment
problem.
of your character. I mean, I feel like that's a really good reason.
I
why
mean, sure.
you brought it up.
That's
You-
what it is.
I mean, you
That's my
literally just
whole-
said
my
you
whole
stand by the
identity
N-word,
at this
and you
point.
stand
It's
by
my-
all these other
I have
shit
no
activities you
problem,
do.
and I have no problem with either of those things. And then that's my identity. So like, I've stood up for what I believe in. Right?
Mhm.
What do you believe in, Gibbs?
I mean, it's exposing abusive piece of shits like you, I guess. I mean, that's not saying
Okay.
much.
Well,
I
good
mean,
luck.
you're-
I'm sure it's really
So
helping
it's
you in the
just
ladies
deflecting.
department.
It's just
I mean, I don't know
deflecting,
why
because
you're
you've
so
done
worried
this
about my
multiple
ladies'
times.
questions. I don't have any
When
ladies.
multiple
What you
times
mean?
when you want to dig
What
into
do you
other
mean?
people's homes, why you don't show your house? Why you don't just go give a room tour real quick, okay?
Just a quick one.
Why you can't get anybody
I
on here
guess-
like Molly to cooperate
Or
with your
Jackie,
story?
or Mel.
I mean,
I guess
except
I just
actually
simply
posted it.
wonder, do you stand by that audio?
No, obviously not. Do I like stand there? Like, do I hate myself that it exists? Sure, but it doesn't mean that it's what people think it is or whatever the fuck. Like, that's part of the problem. Is
Why don't we
that
let the audio speak for itself?
well, that's what has happened our whole life, and I have no problem with that. Right? I can't change objective truth.
Why
But
do you
you're
sit there
harassing
and
her at this
say
point.
about an audio? Yes, that is. It was harassment at the time. It continues to be harassment for no reason.
You're using it against
And you sitting
literally
here,
against
like you
her.
said yourself, to be like, I want to prove that you're an asshole.
Okay.
Like, for what reason? And then the reasons that you're
Well,
saying
because
that
you're
you
an
wanna
asshole.
prove
That's the
that-
reason.
The reason that you're
Viewers
saying
want-
that you want to prove that I'm an asshole
Is a
is
clip of
because
me.
you're saying that I didn't do exactly what I did, where I paid to live at somebody's apartment that they were going to be evicted from anyways because they had not paid their rent because of the COVID laws or whatever the fuck it was. Where you really want to dig into this on a personal level because you're sitting here lying about me. Just
I
saying
mean,
that's
again,
why you want
I mean, every
can
time
talk
I've
about
made a
this.
statement, I've
That's why you
provided,
want to prove
you know,
that I'm an
evidence.
asshole.
Fire
Every time
Child.
I've made a statement.
So,
Fire Child has
who-
donated $5, and she says to hear the audio. You're gonna have to do more than that.
I don't. Yeah. Like
So-
that's so weird to me.
What I want to say to Wick, you can look this up. I don't know if you have people in the chat or like producers or whatever the fuck to like help out with this kind of shit. This is the kind of shit I would do back in the day. But there's like the June 30th was the eviction moratorium getting lifted in the county. So it was in Hayes County. Obviously, I'm not in there anymore, but I don't mind like
What
saying
year,
that.
to be clear?
This past year, so
Yeah,
2023,
for sure.
the COVID eviction. So there was a time where
more-
basically
I
she was
understand.
not on. Yeah, she was not up on her dates until June 30th. That was we had paid all of June's rent, and I mean 1,500 should have covered half of because we only took one room. Obviously, we didn't take the whole 2-bedroom apartment. So well, the other part was like she was moving out regardless, or as far as we knew, because she was moving back in with her parents.
No.
So she did that, and she was living with her parents while we were looking for a new place to go, which we did.
She
find.
moved back in with her parents because the abysmal living situation with y'all, and then y'all paying, and so she left because she was not going to get stuck having to pay for all this bullshit whenever y'all were fucking squatting in there. That's what happened. Like, but
Okay, so let me explain. When were we squatting?
oh my god!
When did the
bro.
squatting start?
You literally got charged with criminal. She literally got charged with criminal trespass.
When did the squatting start? We
bro.
showed up at your like, we're squatting here. No, you idiot. We paid the fucking rent that she couldn't pay to begin with, where she needed to already move
3 months later.
And you're gonna sit here and you're gonna call us criminals. Why? Why can't she be here herself? Why can't she be? Is it because she kicked a cop? Is it because she? So who's more of a criminal? Somebody who got wrongfully trespassed or somebody who kicks cops? Like, do you really want to get into it? You want to get all personal about it, and you want to be able to bring up other people's criminal history. So why can't she be here right now?
I mean,
is it because she has her own legal problems? And maybe, I don't know, this was the circle of people that I wanted to disconnect from to begin with. So I don't understand why you're going to throw stones in glass houses.
$10 from Aaron M. Sound to say financial incentive to hear the audio, please.
How much, Megan? How much to hear the audio?
How much? I'll give you half of what you say.
Half
if you
of
give
what
me
you
a number,
say.
well, half of what I get. So I
Fundraising
only get 70%. Well, what's the cut on YouTube that I get? Tell you what, if we can get $100, I'll give you 25. That good? PayPal. If you have PayPal, do you have PayPal?
I don't think that it's like I don't want to. I would rather stand for what I'm sorry, but like
okay.
I mean, it's just interesting every time I make a claim. But this is kind of the situation, you know, because we're not willing to substantiate these claims. You don't agree with something that happened? I don't know if you can agree with
an audio that was taken out of context.
Why was the audio
trying to harm us?
Why was the audio made? Right?
Yeah, it's like the intent of it all. So you sit here years later.
I think it's a very good character example of what kind of people you are. I mean, no, I'll tell you what sounds stupid is y'all's insane ramblings that you go on and start talking about all this.
So your evidence that Megan is a piece of shit.
But
oh yeah, the squatting. We open a restaurant, and like I'm just saying, everything.
Your evidence against Megan being a piece of shit is an audio clip of me beating the shit out of her.
No, that's not what I said at all. But I mean, you brought up you made an unsubstantiated claim about me, so I said
never made an unsubstantiated claim
about
you.
Oh my lord! You literally
you may have buried Molly in the backyard because I have seen your backyard and it's disgusting, and you need to learn how to use a lawnmower. Yeah.
My backyard
we barbecued. Remember when we barbecued?
I literally have a lawn service, bro.
I believe I know that.
Yikes, bro! If you have a lawn service, like, show us your backyard right now with your lawn service. Let's see.
I mean, I can take a photo and go post it. It'll make you feel better. What? Look, I'm gonna take a photo. Just for
no, take your phone. It's right there, right? Your window. The window I know is like right there. You show us outside the window. What is he gonna go and take like a fucking he's gonna go get like an actual like Zillow.
Beautiful.
He's gonna Zillow up a fucking home. What the fuck?
Okay, someone has a question about the audio, regarding the audio, but not about the contents. Hold on. I'll add them, and I'll add them into the group chat, and they can ask. Hold on.
Yeah. Again, I'm not trying to bully Admiral Gibbs and his living situation, but it's like Megan said, it's weird to like throw stones from glass houses. Like Mel is going through her own shit right now, and I don't think Mel would even be the one that's like saying any of this. Gibbs just like talked to her one time, and now he's like has no friends or like people to talk to anymore about this shit. So he just like collects this stuff as like evidence, you know, whatever.
We got a nice clean porch.
I'm looking at the I'm looking at the backyard video now.
Nice mowed backyard.
It's pretty empty. It's mowed backyard. Fair enough. Okay.
I don't even know if that's real.
He just showed it to me right now.
I saw the same thing. I have no idea. I don't remember. It did not look like that, but
it's possible he may have mowed the lawn in between the time.
Possibly, yeah. Again, or he could have cleaned his house. I don't know why he decided to take the video right after he left the house.
If it pleases the court, I think that we should put the video of the backyard on screen and take a vote on it. Take a poll.
Yeah, is it a clean backyard? It's a clean backyard.
Okay, someone want to share their screen or something? I don't know how to fucking do this game. I'm bad at that thing. But we don't have we have a caller. We have a caller while we mess with that. Rezzy, I'll give that task to you. And while you're doing that task, caller, please, if you have a camera, turn it on.
You know what? Yeah, why not?
Why not? Go ahead. That way we can see who you are, and then
I don't even.
Well, you just show up on our screen, right?
I'm definitely not trying to hide any evidence, by the way. Like, again, this is not me having any say in this at all. You guys want to be the one that goes against the woman's consent, go for it. But
okay,
I have no fucking problem.
Flack,
You guys talking about
what's
this
your
shit.
question? Go ahead.
I have a question to 𝕾𝖍. So regarding the audio that was recorded, I'm not gonna ask about what's in it. I just have a question. So, if in the future you ever have children, it's online, it's gonna be there, and it's attached to your name. So I'm wondering if you have children and they listen to that, how would you explain that to them, and how would you justify it, disregard it, try to explain to them that it was wrong, and then how do you think that that would make them feel and then shape them?
I mean, I don't think that I would justify it in like a serious sense of like it was okay, but like the whole ordeal was not okay to me. Like I would explain it in a way that's like, yeah, like that would be a part of my fucking life, is that we were being harassed from every fucking angle, and I felt like I was losing my goddamn mind. And like it's weird how we're always like skipping to this point of like what makes the person crazy instead of like what actually is this like direct cause of these people that are harassing us to make us break. And we've had even people like Destiny have made statements like, oh, it's very easy for me to get Mel all riled up. And it's like, you know, he's admitted to choking out his ex-wife before, and like Mr. Girl has had problems where he's like talked about like how he had a disruptive, you know, relationship with ex-girlfriends, stuff like that. But I'm somebody who like, even in the situation that I'm currently in, right? Like the girl still has never come out and complained about this situation or whatever happened. I've tried to stay quiet on it because I didn't want to go into the realities of what I was facing during that whole fucking orchestrated ordeal that was manufactured against us both. But then also, even in my previous relationships and people that I've lived with, I've never experienced, like I've never had to deal with like that level of shit in any of my behind the scenes life, right? Like it's not like this is like a recurring theme of anything other than what I've admitted to in there, which is I yell and I don't. That's always going to be part of my DNA, is how passionate, loud, obnoxious, arrogant, angry, whatever the fuck I get. But that's more of like a verbal warfare, a emotional fucking spectrum of shit. Like there's all of those things that I've already admitted to, and that's been who I am, and it's been in my DNA, and I've never hid that from anybody. Like I've literally streamed as a blackout alcoholic for like years on this platform, regardless of whether I was orchestrating it or exaggerating personality traits or whatever the fuck. I think it's like the same as like what would you know, Brad Pitt's kids look at when he watched Fight Club, but then the allegations came out about Angelina Jolie saying that he was beating the shit out of the kids and the wife and all this fucking shit. But it's like the kids even weren't saying that was the case, right?
I think that's. I don't think that's analogous. To be clear,
I think absolutely it is, because that's what I was doing, right?
One's a movie,
one is a movie.
One's a movie, and one's a movie, and one's real life. Except I've been told by the Razorblade guy that if it was all part of a bit, if it was all a test to see what 𝕾𝖍 would do if we tried to make him go crazy, if that was what it was, if that's what it was, if it was all an orchestrated event,
I want to make sure.
I want to make sure 𝕾𝖍 go crazy.
I want to make sure.
Then I think that it was a successful test, and I passed that test by not going to the crazy level that they thought that I would go to, which was actually cause any real harm to Megan. I feel like I never caused any actual real life harm to Megan during any of that, because everything that happened during that whole orchestrated ordeal was me yelling at her, was me raising my voice, was me doing all the emotional fucking weird shit that I do, because that's what I do when the fucking it's like you're workshopping and you're doing whatever the fuck is funny, and it's like I was literally ranting about stupid shit. None of it was true.
I'll just say one thing real quick.
I'm glad you don't stand by the mid-blowjob arguments.
I don't think so. It seems like he started off saying that he wouldn't defend it, and then continued on to say other examples, trying to make it seem like it's more common, giving Destiny and Mr. Girls an example. And then also saying that she was basically goading him on, trying to get a reaction out of him, trying to get him to be explosive.
Well, partially her, but not exclusively her. There's an entire realm of people orchestrating this shit.
So other people trying to get you mad causes.
So was there a third party on the recording that is edited out of the recording? Is that part true, Rezz? Was there a
Sorry,
third
say it
party
one
that
more time.
participated that was instigating the entire thing? Was that true?
What do you mean? by
Or was
this?
there a third party and part of that phone call that I was talking to somebody? Even you said that you're proud that I didn't stand by what I said, right? Because I'm sitting there ranting to some third party. Who is that third party? That third party was not Megan that I was talking to, correct?
Correct.
Oh, okay, so then there was a third party that was instigating this conversation between me, started recording me during this process, and then throughout that process,
You're misrepresenting this based on interviews.
I'm misrepresenting what part of it?
You're misrepresenting her story. In
Whose
many
story?
ways.
The third party?
The third party story.
Why did we call that third person? Why did Megan want to talk to that third party person? I never called them. No,
because Megan.
I never called them because I was having a moment. This is the part of the story that's wrong.
As has been stated by that.
No, this is the part of the whole
Repetitively.
story that's wrong. This is like where the story breaks down. This
Yes,
was like
because she
Megan
started
wanted to call
recording
this
it after
person
you
because
started
of a
watching the
breakup that
video.
person was going through. That's what it started as, right?
Yes. I actually we can.
Okay, so why were we talking about? Why did I have? Again, I don't really like
Thank
to
you
spend
for
my
calling.
free time with
May I-
these
may I-
fucking retards.
May I jump in here? I would like to point out
I also
something.
think we should just get through the video. real
Yeah, I
quick.
think we should get through the video, but I also would just like to say one thing. I think it's interesting. I've heard this claim brought up several times.
What video? There's no video.
And I've tried to insert myself multiple times. But I would like to point out, originally, this panel was going to be just me and Meg, right? And somehow this man has inserted himself in here, and he's getting a high, basically, off all of
But I
this
didn't even
excitement.
understand.
So basically,
no.
it's very
Because I
interesting that
didn't
he's...
even
You
because
have
he
no
said here-
allegations against. You still have none
Well,
against
he
Megan. You have
basically said- he
nothing to
said
say
here,
about Megan.
It's really interesting.
What do you have to say that I've not explained already for you?
Listen, stop
What
talking.
allegation do you have against Megan that I've not explained for you? Go ahead.
It's very interesting to me because he sat here and claimed, "Oh, I've tried to insert myself," when the entire stream has been Claw inserting himself into this stream.
I never inserted myself into this at all. I was invited to be here, right? And I'm defending Megan against the shit that you've said about her that I've also disputed every single point of it.
Yeah,
And I've not
refuted.
disputed
I
or
mean, not
disputed
only-
anything
not
you
only
said
have
about
you not
me.
disputed
I've
it,
literally just accepted
not only-
everything you said
not
about
only-
because I don't give a fuck about your opinion, so
Not
I don't
only have
care,
you-
right?
not
So
only have
I'm
you
just
not
here
refuted
defending my
anything,
Megan from
everything I've
your
said has been
insane
backed up by
allegations. Yeah, because everything you said is literally like a fairy dust. It's fugazi.
I mean,
It's not real.
just like the backyard thing. Oh, I walk out there and it's cut.
Again, you
just
walked
like-
out. I was expecting you to take a fucking photo. Where's the living room, bro? Like, take a whole fucking thing. But again, don't do that because now I'm just a schizophrenic
I mean,
person that's trying to get you to dox yourself. I don't want you to dox yourself or anything, right?
see this moving
Whatever you
goalpost
say.
here? Every
I just
time
don't get. There's no moving of the goalpost. I disputed every single point you said. You said that I squatted. That's not how that works.
I know that you can say
There was
you're
no
just
squatting. I
talking
explained her
and yelling
trespassing
loud,
charge.
but literally,
I explained her
I'm not-
trespassing
hold
charge.
on.
No one believes you.
Hold on,
No
I've
one-
been sent some documents by 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙.
Chai Uwu, Chai Bunny Uwu
Chai
baby.
Bunny
That would be
Uwu.
the third party person that now wants to involve herself. So now this is the third party person.
Let me
I-
read what they
Statement.
said.
Go for it.
Let me
That
read
is
what
Read her
they said.
statement. That
Okay.
was the girl.
This is
Then
what
join
she
the call, Chai.
she
Then
wrote
join
this
The call, Chai.
allegedly. Just real quick, allegedly she wrote this the night of the incident. This is what she says. This is 1 a.m. on June the 5th, 2022. Received a call from Claw on Twitch saying he was bored and Meg locked herself in the bathroom. Picked up the call and you can hear her in the background screaming and whimpering. Claw egged the situation on emotionally by saying things that weren't neutral and discussing it with me while she was in ear's range. Meg came in saying how she shouldn't be in a call and that it was weird and messaged me asking me to hang up, but I told her this was her seeing how he reacts and this may be able to open her eyes. They had just come back from a bar where Claw lost his hoodie after drinking a few. He said he wasn't that drunk, but Megan said otherwise. He was continuing to drink while on call with me and sang a new song that he had made while Sevinth was in the background asking him to stop. Unsure if the song was about her or not. Sevinth tried to record Claw several times throughout the Discord call I was in with him, and each time he audibly asked her to stop. I wasn't recording yet because I didn't see the need to currently, as this is something Sevinth has done before emotionally and action-wise. Claw said he had a strict no recording him in his own home, and she broke the rule. Claw attempted to go in the bathroom via the second door, which he's able to lock from the outside, and I heard him some loud crashing noises, which he stated was her opening the drawer and blocking the door with the drawer. During this conversation/argument, Seventh had referred to Claw as her abusive ex-boyfriend, and in return, Claw did the same, referring her to his ex and stating how he'd just go bang her, and that if she didn't want to be with him, she didn't have to, and that he's shocked she can't just break up with him already. He went on about how she apparently never liked him and that he felt, we're almost done, suspicious that she was just using him for security until her case was dismissed, which it was a few days ago. A mutual friend between the two was supposed to come over after she left the bar, but she never made it to Claw's during the call I was in. I reached out to Seventh's friend 𝕾𝖍𝖎𝖙 to come pick her up after the call ended, but haven't gotten a response. Claw said he also reached out to Mel to come to her, get her, but no confirmation. Throughout the call, you can hear Seventh in the background screaming to a noise complaint level on and off during the entire duration of the call. She was worried I was recorded in the beginning, which I wasn't, and proceeded to Discord message Claw that what she had to say, and he responded verbally. I told Claw
me asking that question's on the recording, so that she was started recording.
Let him finish.
I told Claw he also wasn't right in this situation. He came back and ended the call and told me he was going to go for a walk and that she better not be there when he gets back or she's dead. During the call, I heard Seventh say, "You're hurting me," a few times, and apparently the bathroom's a mess now for whatever reason, and he sounded aggressive communication-wise and physical sound-wise when telling her to clean it up and leave before he got back home. Mel was unable to get Meg as she is busy with family. No known alternative to come to get here. There we go.
Okay, I mean, I feel like that's incredibly characterized wrong in so many levels, but if she wants to come on here and talk, she can. She said she's tired of this or whatever, so...
Yep.
I mean, again, the messages probably Megan has back in the day, unless she deleted them, but there's definitely messages prior to me calling Chai that day of her talking to Megan about an ex-boyfriend and asking Megan and I to talk to her about this after the fact. So we were there as a friend to this girl. I had just gotten back from a bar and was just chilling, doing whatever the fuck. Like, Megan wanted to talk to this chick to talk about an ex-boyfriend drama, whatever the fuck. I said, whatever, I don't really care. Then all of a sudden, the drama started between Megan and this girl, and that's what they were fighting over, is Megan was like saying, hang up the phone or whatever to the girl, and I'm sitting there kind of like stuck between them until they started instigating each other, and then all of a sudden I'm dealing with two psycho bitches, and it was both of them like dealing, and I eventually just put my foot down and started screaming at both of them, and that's what the recording is me just yelling at both of them and telling them both to shut the fuck up, and me going on a rant that I don't agree with, obviously, that I was just ranting to be a fucking funny rant. I didn't think it would be recorded. I didn't think there was like a big deal other than the fact that I knew everything I was saying, what Megan could hear me, so I was clearly just saying things to fuck with her. But that's
okay.
As friends, but then it got to a certain point of like I didn't understand what was going on in your friend circle with the other people that you were interacting with, because I didn't think that it was appropriate the way that you would sometimes talk with Claw, like that you would like, I don't want to like super get into it unless you want to come on here and talk and defend yourself, but I thought that the way that like you're in a friend group where a lot of those people are like doing open type things, I don't know, but there's just like a certain level of where I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. This is not like how I have relationships and stuff like that, and that was the point that it was.
What is the accusation?
Do you think that Chai wanted to fuck Claw, Meg?
Yeah, what's the accusation here?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
Chai wanted to fuck Claw.
So Chai wanted to fuck Claw. Molly wanted to fuck Claw. Timbuktu wanted to fuck Claw. God wanted to fuck Claw. Everybody wants to fuck Claw, according to Meg. Do you see what kind of delusion we're dealing with here? It's just lies on lies.
Okay, sure,
That's
true.
True.
I mean, sure, okay.
okay.
I don't know what you're.
I heard what Molly said to me, and it grossed me the fuck out to a point where my eyes were awakened.
Say?
She said she looked me dead in the eyes, and I refused to look at her because I thought she was a mermaid. And she looked and she was like, "I know what I fucking deserve." And Megan was about to beat the shit out of her, and it was the funniest thing ever. And yeah, she was like, and I was like, I don't want anything to do with this chick at all. And she started following us around the whole night with a fucking ultraviolet light to see if we were vampires. And we were like, we're not vampires, nor are we inviting you to our cult, even if we were a vampire.
Did she think you were vampires, or did she want to fuck you?
I don't know. Ask her. She should be the one.
No, I think
I'm just saying it was very awkward, and she had definitely sexually harassed at least me during that barbecue. That's the point that I was trying to make.
When I had
but again, I would also
the
assume
vampire allegations are new. To be clear,
was this also the barbecue? Which, hey, by the way,
I'm making that up because I know that the allegation was that she had a light that had an ultraviolet light that she was carrying around, right, Gibbs?
So I want to point out there was
just
another
confirm that part's true for the court.
Yard.
For the court, she was following me around with a lamp with no. She did. She's lying.
She carries lamps. Bro, she lights lamps.
So she did have a lamp that she had no light shade.
She wasn't following you
had
around.
No light shade.
You realize you were a guest in basically where
why was she following me around with a light with a lamp shade? Why was she doing that?
Wait, hold on, stop. I don't understand. I literally don't understand.
This is where Molly lives, by the way.
I don't understand.
Does she live there, or do you have her trapped?
What is the allegation that she had a lamp?
I mean,
she would follow me around with a lamp with no shade on it, with just an ultraviolet light in it, and she was like scanning people with it. All of us. Yes.
No, it's one of my old. So it's an antique lamp thing, and
but it's real, and she was following us around with it.
I definitely realized. So it's just an antique lamp.
Okay.
Like a multi-changer color light in there.
Okay, she's just fucking around with
it. So Gibbs, are you trafficking women?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Prove it. My evidence states otherwise.
So we have
my evidence. Where's Molly? Where's Molly? Where is she?
Oh, she's with her.
Megan's right here. Megan still loves me. Where's Molly? Oh, she's at her baby daddy's. Okay. What does that mean, Gibbs?
That means would she be with her baby daddy?
Man.
Okay, enough of this.
Okay.
Gang, if no one else wants to call in, I hope you don't.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of done
I hope
here.
that we got all this behind us, and you know what I think you should do, Wick? I think you should talk to your moderators and your admins again about unbanning me in your Discord, because it's been quite a long time, and I think that maybe these fucking kids could start to actually communicate
reach out to them, and they'll make their decision.
We get closing statements?
I don't know who the fuck they are. How do I see?
Hold on. I will tell you at the end of the show. But
okay.
If you guys have liked this content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Kick, hit that follow button. Send me some super chats if you to appreciate. Send me some subs on Kick. That would be really appreciated. We are going to get last closing statements for everyone involved. I'm going to let Meg go very last. Let her have the last word. We're going to go Claw, Gibbs, Rezzy, Meg. That's the order. Go ahead, Claw.
Cool. Okay, so my final statement is I have been on Megan's side since I started dating her. Obviously, there's stuff from 2020 that kind of went, get Rezz brought up or whatever. I've been pretty truthful in all of my statements and whatever the fuck I've had. I've made a statement about the whole clip thing already back in when it happened years ago. I haven't really made any statements about any of this other new shit that came up that everyone's trying to relate to this same thing, but is completely unrelated. That part was all proven today. So like this thing that happened to me years ago, not only have I already been to jail because of it, like, right? Not because of the exact thing or the day of, but that clip was used to put me in jail for 2 months. That was like a problem that I had to deal with myself. I cleared my name, got everything, as far as I know, cleaned up, and is going to be expunged from the record or whatever the fuck after a certain amount of time. That was what I was all told from all of these different things. That's all I can give my information about, and I gave as much as I could about Megan, that we did not squat in anybody's home. We did not harm anybody of Gibbs's friends. None of his friends are here to say that we harmed them. Jackie is on our side about a lot of that shit that you're talking about. Mel is on our side for a lot of that shit. I saw Mel. Mel was the one who watched 𝕲 for us. I went picked up 𝕲 from Mel when I left Texas. The reason that she was she like did that was because, again, people like you are all fucking tormenting this chick and not letting her live her fucking life and just move on with her life, right? Because again, you don't have any problems with her directly, right? All of your problems are other people saying that they have problems that aren't here to say those same things to her or about her or to her or about me in the same regard, right? You have nobody, no victims of mine are coming forward, no victims of hers are coming forward. This is the exact same type of situation that you guys literally did against Destiny, right? With like where I helped Mr. Girl communicate with a lot of people that he wanted to get in contact with, and then a lot of the DGG people were like, oh, Claw's helping Mr. Girl destroy Destiny. That was never the fucking case. I didn't want to help Mr. Girl destroy Destiny. I did not orchestrate a fucking thing. There was a meme that I said to Darius one time, when Darius was the one who made the connection between Mr. Girl and me, by the way. I never reached out to him. Darius was the one that said, oh, you two should talk to each other. So we talked to each other, and all I fucking said was like, yeah, there's like, this is what I know about these things. I can try to get you. I'm friends with these people. I can add you to a call. That's all I ever did. And like, I don't know why this like community of people, the panel show people, the whatever the fuck, have so much like bullshit to talk about or whatever, because there's nothing else. There's no content anymore. Like, I get it. Like, there is content. I don't know why people aren't talking about the real shit in the world. They're talking about this stuff, but whatever. More importantly, I've literally just let Megan take the whole reins on this whole narrative. It's her fucking story to tell. Let her fucking say the story. Thank you for letting her be the last one on all this shit. I don't fucking care about this shit either way. I don't think you guys understand that 𝕵𝖎𝖏, I feel like if anything, I'm trapped behind what is happening because I want the audio to be out there. I want to go fucking hunt down 14-year-olds like 𝕵𝖎𝖏 and Clint and all these fucking people. I want to just be like saying the N-word hard R on fucking Kick. I want to fucking be like just saying the F slur all the fucking time. I think all of that would be super fucking fun and cool, but I'm actually like trapped behind this persona that, you know, that this is who I am, okay? I'm going to be as honest and truthful as I possibly can in honor of Megan. So how about you guys just listen to her for once in your fucking lives and stop listening to these fucking people that are all speaking hearsay and secondhand shit and nobody has a fucking single firsthand experience to talk shit about either one of us.
Okay, thank you. Gibbs, go ahead.
All right, so I mean, I'm just gonna actually just ignore all the rambling turn. But long story short, every time I've made a claim, I've provided some substantiated evidence to that claim. And about half the time here, maybe even 75% of the time, they've openly admitted that I was right and then backpedaled and moved the goalpost every single time. And I just got to say, it's really concerning because these people are just some of the most horrendous people I've ever encountered in my entire life. They're bad people. I don't know how many times something bad has to happen with these people before they realize that they're the ones that are the bad. Like every single time something happens, they're the root cause. It's just outstanding and crazy and outlandish that nobody like has over here sat and done this. Like for example, Claw inserted himself in this conversation, may try to deflect and say I was doing stuff. Claw called me out on my yard. I went and I went not mowed yard. I went and took a photo of my mowed yard. Boom, done. So for then he made a claim about a light. He's talking about a light walking around.
But
It's just
you
outrageous.
admit that the yard was not mowed before.
It was mowed fine. Listen, I wouldn't have had people over.
When the party?
So the point is, though,
closing
every
statements.
time
I don't care about the
every time they've made an accusation or a statement about me, or they've asked me to provide evidence, I provided some sort of evidence, and I've made it there. However, every time they've tried to substantiate any evidence, they provided nothing except that whatnot, and then just back down. So all I gotta say is, don't trust these people. They're awful people. They'll screw you over. They're gonna try to fuck your life up. They'll take advantage of you. They're just very bad, unequivocally bad people, and on top of that, delusional.
Okay, thank you for being here, Gibbs.
Okay.
Rezzy, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to go ahead and say, Claw has accused several people of pedophilia. I don't believe that that is a substantiable argument.
𝕾𝖎𝖏? Well, how do you pronounce it?
I will be presenting evidence. This is my final.
I have evidence of 𝕵𝖎𝖏 hitting on a 14-year-old as of last night. I have evidence of Dream hitting on 16-year-olds as of a week ago. I have what evidence do you want to talk about? What? Hello?
If you have that evidence, please present it.
I have presented that shit. What do you mean? Do you need me to tweet it or send you the tweets I have to 𝕵𝖎𝖏?
Anyways,
like
I will
on
be
𝕵𝖎𝖏
going
clips.
ahead
Like right now, he's
and
live on
finishing
Kick,
up my
like hunting
final
down
statement.
14-year-olds on the
Because
whatever
at the end of the
website.
day, that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna be hosting an open Q&A session for the victims of Claw on Twitch and anybody else who is curious, as well as presenting more evidence to the court in future parts. I do hope that you guys get the help that you fucking need, but I realize that someday you will simply be dead under a bridge. Good day, and good day.
Meg, last word.
I don't know. That just seems like a very sad outlook to have on life is all that I took from all of this.
To an extent, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's just the vibe was a little off, was all I was saying about the whole situation with Gibbs's friend. And then that's kind of like all it broke down to, was him even just having an issue based on him wanting to like white knight or whatever he feels like for a friend, where we're not even discussing the true nature of the backstory and all of this. And it's just, I guess at the end of the day, people just want to say something online, but when it comes down to it, and when you're like actually affecting people's lives and stuff, and then like embellishing on certain things, like just to kind of be an asshole at a certain point, it's just kind of shitty. Sucks. I don't know, like it's people's lives and stuff, so just,
Okay.
choose to be less of an asshole, I guess. And you can accuse me of being an asshole, but I feel like I've just been a little bit honest and probably defensive in situations, I guess. But I don't think that I am really.
I'm excited to. I mean, I don't know about you, Wick, but I'm excited to watch the victims of Claw on Twitch all gather on 𝕼𝖎𝖎𝖙 stream. That seems like it could be really great content.
Okay.
I don't know who he's got to show up, but again, I don't think either one of us, from what Megan's trying to say, is, you know, there's just no victims for that are here present discussing this stuff, and we didn't do anything like illegal to Gibbs that I know of, unless you've made any allegations about that, right, Gibbs? And you have no firsthand experience about anything bad to say about either one of us firsthand. Like, even at the party you're talking about, did I sexually harass anybody? Did
Nobody sexually harassed you, bro. This is just like utter
okay, but
delusion.
why not? Why can you not agree that, like, have you heard about the Brendan Fraser situation or like the Terry Crews situation, that men can be sexually harassed and abused, right? Like, I know that your perception isn't like the reality of the situation, but like Molly was hitting on me right in front of Mel and Megan. It was like that's a problem. Mel and Megan were both there as my.
It's a weird vibe. You should have been able to just put your foot down and.
So you literally just accused just within
like,
this stream, you've already accused another girl of doing the same thing. So like this seems to be a reoccurring.
She was. You can ask
so this
her.
seems to be a recurring thing.
Okay.
Now let me ask you what's more likely. Is it more likely that all these people are just all got Claw's got the 𝕍𝖎𝖙 and all these women are just dying again with Claw, or is it more likely that you're
this makes you personally mad. This makes you
delusional,
personally mad.
and you think everybody's trying to
owned up to it and been like, yeah, that girl's a dumb bitch. You could have just owned up to it. I get why you're personally mad because it was a chick that you were fucking and like housing. But
I mean,
like,
I was just helping her out.
You could have just owned up to it
not
and
my
been
girl.
like,
It was never my girl.
that chick was like being kind
I
of
was
weird.
trying-
That chick was kind but the fact that you can't even own up to it and you have to get mad enough
Last
to a
word,
level
last
where
word.
you're just like, I just don't think that she wants like you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with that, my friends, I am done. I'm gonna leave you all. Bye. Ah! Kings and queens, friends, countrymen. Let's never do that again. Cool. Cool. So, tomorrow, I'm taking a break. No content. Monday, we're going to come in with something. Not sure what yet. Tuesday, I'm going to be going on. We're going to have call-ins Tuesday, and I might be going on someone else's stream at 8 o'clock. Should be interesting. We'll see how that goes. Wednesday, we are going to have an unlikely team-up. 𝕼𝖎𝖙 and 𝕼𝖎𝖙 will be joining forces to fight against Fairy Queen, Rora, and Brittany Simon. Okay? The question at hand is OnlyFans uniquely exploitative? 𝕼𝖎𝖙 and 𝕼𝖎𝖙 say yes. The rest say no. Not uniquely. Not any more than any other streamer is, right? That'll be content, and I hope you tune in for it. Thursday, we're going to do something a little more political. We're going to talk about, is Trump a danger to democracy? That should be interesting as well. What a fun time we are going to have next week. I hope you all can join me for that. Gang, have I not given you content today? Have I not blessed your little greedy little goblin hearts with like the drama? Reward me. Reward me for that. Give me money. Give me your money. Okay? Give me subs. Give me super chats. Like the stream at the very least, right? All these things are ways you could support the channel, because I could use your support. It would very much help me out. Thank you. Thank you again for being here and sitting through this. I understand that this has been a lot, and I'm going to be real with you. there's layers to it that I don't think I was able to dig through. But at the end of the day, we did just get look. They have warrants out. They admitted to it. They have he did plead guilty. He admitted to it. The open question that we had no evidence for, no evidence was presented that they shit on the walls. Okay, that was the unsubstantiated claim that was made that Sevinth shit on the walls. We have no evidence for that. Might just be made up. We don't know. Open-ended question. I don't know if I ever want to know, to be very clear with you. Okay. I think we're done. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.